Hurricanes are. Vegas has faced adversity. Game one of this series was the first time Carolina was punched in the mouth by an elite team. How are they going to respond? Big question tonight.
Golden Knights have won 7 in a row. Knights playoff record. Never before had they won playoff games consecutively, spanning 3 different series. But they have not lost since what was the second round against the Ducks. Carter Hart, of course, in net for each of those wins. It will be his 21st consecutive start today. And that goes back to the regular season. It ties the franchise record once established this time of year. Sissons and Stone, second line versus second line, fourth line versus fourth line. Do you think we'll see something like that again today?
Well, I think Rod Brind'Amour wants to start that way. He does not want to adjust at all after game one, but he will if he has to. And if the big line, and I say big because they're huge, Hurdle, Sissons, and Stone, if they are controlling the top line of the Hurricanes like they did in the last game, he's going to have to make a switch and get Jordan Staal at his size and Jordan Martinook, his size, up against Hurdle, Sissons, and Stone. And then then you would have to go Svechnikov, Aho, Jarvis against Barbashev, Eichel, and Dorofeev. We'll see if that matchup is any more beneficial. But Brind'Amour said, I'm not changing anything because of one bad period. He's looking at the second period in game two, and game one has the one bad period. We'll find out. This is going to be, the first 10 minutes of this game are going to be fascinating.
And now game 2 on deck this Thursday evening from the land of the pond. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans, hockey is back, and the RTC Game Day Express is your road to victory this season. For just $4 round trip, get a direct, fast, and easy ride to T-Mobile Arena from 6 convenient locations around the valley. Break away from traffic hassles and leave the driving to us. Visit rtcsnb.com/Game Day Express for details. Don't forget to follow us on social media, RTCSNB, for your chance to win tickets to VGK home games.
When you don't feel well, the last thing you want to worry about is how much a doctor visit will cost or how long you'll have to wait. That's why Radiant Star Checking includes 24/7 telemedicine access to licensed clinicians by phone or video, all for just $7 a month. Radiant Star Checking, a checking account that cares for you when you need it most. Visit westar.org/RadiantStar to learn more. Radiant Star Checking has a $7 monthly benefits fee. Activation required. Terms and conditions apply. Share savings with a minimum balance and membership eligibility is required to become a member. Insured by NCUA.
Back to the rink as Dan Duva catches up with Vegas Golden Knights coach John Tortorella.
In Raleigh, North Carolina, the Golden Knights play Game 2 against the Hurricanes here in the Stanley Cup Final. I'm Dan Duva with head coach of the Golden Knights, John Tortorella. Towards a victory in Game 1, another come-from-behind victory. What stands out to you about the first game of the series?
I think when we were patient and just took, we just started winning some battles, and after we were down 2-0, just kept our wits about ourselves. I think we found our way. I thought it was really important. We scored the first goal before they scored their third goal, and then it gave us a little bit of life, and it just settled us down a little bit.
Media timeouts, there's 3 of them each period. You don't have to call a timeout, but they're kind of built in. How do you think about using those media timeouts and talking to the team?
Yeah, I really don't like bothering the team during it unless I need to, and I felt I needed to in the first period because there was such a the first period, just the minutes we played, you could tell when we were playing the right way, the way we wanted to play, as far as our game plan against them. We had opportunities and we had some zone time, and when we didn't and we got away from it, it really hurt us. Gave up some breakaways, gave up right away in the first shift. So I just wanted to make sure they understood that we have to keep some patience and just stay with the plan here. And
What effect do you think that little mini speech, what effect do you think it had on the group?
Well, I think they're overrated, quite honestly. I just want to let them know about a certain part of the game that I'm not going to say on the radio here, that we needed to be better. And they certainly followed through with that. And I think that gives you just a little bit of foundation to getting your game back.
And then you get the foundation, and then, the confidence. I mean, this team has never lost confidence, just to be clear, but it just seems like things got on track a little bit more consistently from there.
Yeah, it settled down. We ended up, then when you score a goal, I think we scored a goal 2 or 3 shifts after that TV timeout, or if I remember correctly, but it just settles yourself down. They know what we're supposed to do, but you get all riled up and bang, they score in the first shift, and it's like it's just like you're swimming upstream. We just need to settle ourselves down, and we did, and found a way.
Yeah, and you talked about, the time between series, and, how can that be nerve-wracking? How do you overcome it? And I guess now that you kind of went through that stretch of time, how did that work?
Yeah, it's the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals, right? And guys are nervous. They are. And, as coaches, we have all these thoughts in our head. We don't have to play. We're just thinking about how we should play. They have to think of how we should play and play. And especially in the way the building was when it first started, which was very exciting. There's a lot comes with it. So I'm proud of the way the team handled themselves, and they just stayed about their business.
Of course, Shea Theodore made perhaps an ill-advised move that led to the first Oilers goal. But he comes back and has a monster of a game, 3 points, and you mentioned that first goal. What kind of a game was it for Shea?
Yeah, and it's a situation I think all our team should see how we handled it, because it was a major mistake he made first shift, right? And it didn't bother him, and I thought he played probably one of his best games moving the puck. I thought it was one of his best games positionally, defensively, and he created a ton of offense for us. And scores a goal, moves the puck on House's goal. A lot of people can't move sideways like he does, the way he shimmies. I thought he played one of his better games after starting off god-awful.
Yeah. And of course, Braden McNabb had never in his career had a 3-assist game until game 1. So he was, of course, right there alongside Shea.
Yeah, he moved the puck well. He pinched well. Just had the awareness about him during this game. And, that was a very big pair for us as we've gone through the game.
One defenseman you had in the lineup didn't have for the last month, Jeremy Lauzon, of course, had been injured game 6 of the first round against Utah. He returns, has never been in the Stanley Cup final before. What did you see in Jeremy's first game in a month?
He brings what we need. We need a little bit of jam back there, finished his checks, helped us penalty killing. He's a really good penalty killer. He just gives us that bite that I think you need on your back end. Had a little rust as far as moving the puck and seeing things, but I thought he played a really good game for the amount of time he's been out.
You guys you've utilized your depth on that third pair. You've had several different players on that third pair, and I wonder what you see in the options that you have there and as you go into the rest of the series.
Yeah, I thought Corsi played well. He's given us some good minutes there. Huddy, I thought, just struggled a little bit with the speed, and I forget which series we were in. But there's some good depth there. Cogs has come in and has surprised not just me, because I didn't even know who he was, but even the people in the organization, he surprised them how well and just how nothing was too big for him. The moment wasn't too big for him. He's handled himself really well and has really basically earned a spot in the top 6 going into the finals here.
Tomas Hertl, Colton Sissons, Mark Stone. I'm not sure that all season we saw those 3 guys together as a line. Yet here they are. They continue to create huge moments for your group. What do you see in the 3 of them? Why do they work?
Yeah, Sis has been really good. Sis is a utility knife, right? And now I have him at center. He bangs. He kills penalties. He can move a puck. Tommy's found his game. I think he feels much better playing on the wing. He doesn't have as much responsibility as far as down low. And Stoney's come in, and it's solidified 3 lines for me. And now I can use 4, because I use that 4th line in the different situations. but I have 3 lines that I feel comfortable playing against anybody. So, knock on wood, I hope we stay healthy. They score a huge goal, the winning goal, Tommy does. And they did so many other good things within that game.
Can you zoom in on that assist, Sissons and Hurdle? It's a give and go in the right circle. We've heard a number of different words used to describe Sissons' past, slick, nasty, and all that. But why? What does the coach see on how that play happened?
Well, what I see in that play, they play a strong man-on-man defense. I think if you hold on to the puck and you do rotate and you move with and without the puck and get them moving with you, things could open up. Because if you beat one guy on a man-on-man, that you're going to be open. And it's a great pass by Sis, especially a backhand pass. And I thought Tommy did a lot of the work holding on to pucks. We had some zone pressure there even before the goal was scored. And the more and more you have that pressure against a man-on-man, better opportunity of things breaking down.
You watch film going into a series, you don't really know the opponent until you actually play against them. Did you learn anything about the matchup and what you guys look at in the matchup in the series?
No, we know, and they make no bones about it too, that we know how they play. I've been fortunate enough when we played Anaheim and Utah, my coaches know them better than me because I coach mostly out in the East. I've played against this team, against Carolina for years. I know exactly what they are. But even if you know exactly that, you still have to play the right way. They're that good. So hopefully we can get something done game 2.
Yeah. And so a 5-4 win in game 1. Game 2 is here today. And decided not to practice, just an optional morning skate. That's been the routine here for the last several weeks now. Why does that work?
Yeah, I trust the players, and I want to leave it up to them how they handle their body just to get ready of puck drop at 8 o'clock. We don't need to practice anymore. We really don't. And so some guys like to skate, some guys don't. I don't care if they take both skates off. We had an optional yesterday, optional this morning, as long as you're ready for puck drop.
Yeah, it seems
And the attention span of these guys, as I've been in it a long time, each year that goes by, it gets shorter and shorter. So you got to pick your spots.
Torch, thanks so much. Best of luck.
My pleasure.
That's John Tortorella, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy perks and exclusive rewards. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the tier and offer match program at Yamava Resort and Casino, voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Resort and Casino in San Manuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you take that. Make the perfect parlay. Lounge poolside. Shiatsu. Mono service.
Raleigh. Golden Knights and Hurricanes, Game 2 Stanley Cup Final. Knights enter the contest with a postseason record of 13-4. This is the 100th Golden Knights contest of the year, regular season and postseason combined. They scored 5 times in Game 1, and they have improved their postseason goals per game to 3.71. while allowing 2.47 goals per game. The Hurricanes, of course, have not had much adversity faced this postseason. Just one loss until the final. 2 losses in the postseason overall. They have not lost consecutive games since January. Knights are trying to end in consecutive losses here in the final. Before we get the stars and the drop of the buck, it's time for the Star Spangled Banner. Time for the introductions here at Lenovo Center. Presenting tonight's colors is the Roxborough Police Department Honor Guard. Now at this time, please rise if you are able. Kindly remove your caps and join us as we honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Signed tonight by Raleigh resident and deaf performer with PXP, Karen DeSalou. And performed this evening by Adam Lee Decker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets are revving, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we are just about ready to go. Game 2, Knights and Hurricanes from Raleigh. Time for the starters, as the Golden Knights will use the same lineup and same starters as last game. Ivan Barbashev, Jack Eichel, Pavel Dorofeev up front, Braden McNabb, Shea Theodore on defense. For the Hurricanes, same deal as well. Nikolai Ehlers, Jordan Stahl, Jordan Martinook, listed as the Hurricanes' third line. Top pair defensively, Jacob Slavin and Jalen Chatfield. Same goaltending matchup as well. Carter Hart, riding a 7-game winning streak, his 21st consecutive start today. That ties Marc-Andre Fleury for a Golden Knights record. And on the Carolina side, Freddie Anderson making his 100th Stanley Cup playoff appearance. The 36-year-old from Denmark, career postseason record of 58-37. Had 18 saves on 23 shots last game, just his second loss of the playoffs. So we are ready to go. Knights in white, Hurricanes in black. Referees today, Jean Hebert and Garrett Rank. Linesmen, Scott Cherry and Trent Knorr. Vegas defends the goal to our left. Carter Hart doing his final stretches. Down to our left, Freddie Anderson in goal to our right. Here comes the opening draw. Jack Eichel against Jordan Stahl. Taken by the Knights, they get it deep underway. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Hurricanes go back to retrieve the netminder Freddie Anderson. Put it toward the near corner, and then it's played out through center by Stahl. Ehlers racing for it, icing waved off. Theodore collides with Ehlers back behind the goal. It's Barbashev to play it over on the far side, and now taken by the Knights. Eichel looks ahead to center, finds Barbashev, and then across the line, Dorofeev chips it in. Barbashev gives chase, lands a check in the left wing corner on Chatfield. Barbashev tried to steer it to Eichel, but a stick check from Stahl. Hurricanes on it. Martinook slides it through center, but this will be icing. There's the whistle, just 40 seconds into the game. And at this point last game, Gary, Carolina had already scored.
Already, you can see the Golden Knights, the big thing, the big message from John Tortorella and all the players. It's very simple. Don't go lateral. Don't go east-west. Go up the ice. And right away, they've started that way.
Offensive zone draw for the Knights, left wing side. Knights go to their second line, Carlson, Marner, and Howden. And here's a face-off win for the Hurricanes after the icing. They get it to center, and Ehlers dumps it in. Martinook plays it next, left corner. From the wing, the shot, save Hart. Rebound in the middle, and the try blocked. Howden in the way of that attempt, and the puck in behind for Rasmus Anderson. Anderson looks ahead to Carlson, banks it through center. It'll go all the way down, icing waved off. Marner ahead of the play, and now dueling with Keandre Miller behind the net. Miller kicks it left. Howden gets to it. Walker defends. Carlson gathers the puck. Now Howden once more, hoping for Carlson off a couple of skates. Then Keandre Miller again. Carlson pokes it away from Miller. Howden behind the goal. Miller and Howden 1 year together as New York Rangers. Keandre Miller's rookie year. Marner threw it in front, but a save. Anderson the stop. And from the left wing shot, a shot by McNabb was knocked away. It goes in behind the goal. As Blake starts towards the left wing side. Out goes Taylor Hall. Works up to the left wing blue line. Stripped as he enters the zone. Blake steers it backwards and now Slavin. Opening 2 minutes of the first period, 0-0. Each team credited with one shot on goal so far. Theodore rings it to the far side of his own zone, cut off. And the centering feed intercepted by Theodore. Vegas the other way. Here comes Sissons, gains the red line and dumps it in right wing side. Sissons, the primary assist, a beautiful pass to set up Hurdle's game winner last time out. Aho comes in, breaks, loses an edge near side. From the neutral zone, Slavin joins the play and put it down to the corner. Conklin picks it up and then played out by Stone, hoping for Cole Smith. Smith breaks in the left circle. He wipes out. As once again, the ice seems not ideal for those sort of maneuvers. Penalty coming up against the Golden Knights as Dylan Conklin collided with Jarvis in the neutral zone. And we'll have an early penalty 2.5 minutes into the game.
Jarvis got position on Coughlin and was going to scoot down the left wall.
Vegas penalty, number 52, 2 minutes, tripping.
Dylan gets him. I think he kind of clips him with his one skate. Yeah, he gets his right skate right into the feet of Jarvis, and it's the right call. Dylan had no choice. He was a little bit aggressive, trying to get to that spot. And Jarvis, who's been quiet for a little bit, draws the penalty.
Yeah, Conklin, it would have been skate on skate, but he also lifted his right leg, which sort of got the calves of Jarvis to make the penalty a bit more obvious. So Carolina to the power play. 0 for 2 in game one. They had 0 shots, 0 chances on their 2 power plays. Puck comes from the corner out to the neutral zone. It'll roll all the way down between the defenseman to the goaltender, Frederick Anderson. Knight's penalty kill is surrendered only 6 power play goals this postseason, operating at 88%. Here come the Hurricanes. Entry on the near side left, Hall. And now into the middle, Nikishin feeds right back to the left of the shot. Hart the save, sliding to his right. And the rebound left. Hall to the point. Nikishin, lefty defenseman, opens up, feeds over to the right wing side. Down and McNabb defend there. Still looking, and now up top, Nikishin feeds left circle. And there's Blake. He'll back off. Jackson Blake from the left circle trying to pass it down to the goal line. McNabb reached in. Now another attempted pass intercepted by Sissons. Cleared all the way down. Logan Stankoven couldn't quite get it. And the Knights will change personnel.
Carolina, great movement to get that look. And Carter Hart stares down Taylor Hall. Makes a big save early.
They had taken away an earlier Carolina shot on goal. So that one registers as the first Carolina shot. Tie up on the near board. Svechnikov ultimately outnumbered on the near side. Vegas gets the puck in the slot. Hannafin sends it all the way down. 0-0, opening 4 minutes of the first period, game 2. Carolina's power play continues. Svechnikov, left wing, shot it wide. Missed the left side post. 35 seconds to go on the penalty, and the Knights get another clear all the way down.
Vegas able to change its killers sort of every 25 seconds so far. No one getting taxed.
Here comes Gostisbehere, a goal scorer in game 1. From the left wing side of center, Ehlers dumps it in opposite corner. McNabb on it. And then Marner tried to chip it off the sidewall, but it went onto the Golden Knights bench. And so an ozone draw coming for Carolina. Penalty time at 14 seconds. Dylan Conklin in the box for tripping.
And Brett Howden was up around the red line. And Mitch thought, if I can bang this off the boards right in front of the bench, then Brett might have a breakaway. But the puck sailed up over the bench, and that is not a penalty. The fans thought it would be delay of game, and they're wrong.
So one shot during this power play for Carolina so far. Face-off win for the Knights. Then the puck got tipped to the middle, and a shot by Chatfield was wide. That was somewhat reminiscent of a late goal last game where it looked like the Knights had won the draw, but it went off a Vegas stick right to an attacking defenseman. And in the last game, it was Gostisbehere who scored. This time it was Chatfield who missed. Knights send it down. Penalty time is over, and Carolina's power play is 0 for 1 in the game. 0 for 3 in the series. Knights penalty kill, now 10 for its last 10. An even strength. Hurricanes get it in. Stankoven out of the right corner, rings it out to the left. It is not out of the zone. Dorothea looked like he was in position to clear, but could not. Slavin to play it back around the boards. Blake near the right half wall. Coming up the wall, turns. Returns it down low for Taylor Hall. Knocked off his stick by Coughlin. Knights have it again. And the breakout pass taken away. It was a loose puck at center. So Carolina can dump it in and get fresh players on. DeAndre Miller had just come on the ice. He sends it in. 0-0. Just over 5 minutes gone by first period, game 2. Knights get it deep. Barbashev in pursuit. Hard check for the NHL's postseason hits leader. Over 90 here in the postseason. Eichel loses his stick on the play as Carolina works ahead, but just a little bit too quickly and a bit disjointed trying to capitalize with Eichel stickless. Knights get it at center, and now Eichel with a French stick as the Knights get the puck in. Eichel's going to go off anyway. Lausanne sent it down. It's sent back the other way by Carolina. Knights retrieve. A little bit of trouble coming out of the zone. Hurdle does float it forward. 3-on-2 if they hurry. At the line, a tip puck. Anderson and Stone back and forth. Anderson kicks it. Centers for Hurdle. But it was knocked away into the slot. Picked up by Anderson. Guides it on down to the corner. Picked up there by the Knights. Mark Stone. No points last game. He gets double teamed on the sidewall. And puck goes out to center. Stone cuts it off. And a loose puck from neutral ice. Robinson on it to dump it in. Around it goes. Svechnikov to the loose puck. Trying to cross with Robinson, but the Knights get it on the far side of their own zone. Pitched out diagonally right off the sidewall, so no icing. Vegas can change personnel. Stone, Sissons, and Hurdle. As John Tortorella told us on the pregame show, really has solidified the lineup. Stone returning from injury for the last 4 games, solidifying the third line, which has in turn solidified the entire lineup. Carolina trying to get the puck out of its zone. Cole Smith finds a bouncer, threw it down the slot but wide. Colasar nudges it to down in the right corner. Hanks it up top for Theodore. Theodore shoots, blocked. Theodore with 3 points last game, a goal and 2 assists, including an assist on the game winner. From the left point, a try by McNabb, that's wide. McNabb had 3 assists last game, first time he'd ever done that. Carolina sends it down. Jarvis ahead of the play, so no icing. McNabb trying to stay with him. A centering feed just missed. Jordan Stahl coming out down the slot, but the pass from the right boards did not hit him. Knights get it into the zone. Quick retrieval. And the up pass goes to Stahl, who guides it in. Anderson pushes it behind his own goal for the Knights. Hannafin behind to Marner, who banks it along to Carlson. Pokes it down into the left wing corner. DeAndre Miller back. Rim it around and all the way out to the neutral zone. Martinook stood up by Howden, but Martinook does chip it in on goal. And snatched up by the glove of Carter Hart. He's got the whistle. 0-0. And still just 1 shot aside. That dump in was going to go wide, so they should not credit a shot there.
Yeah, we're going to have a media timeout. You talk to people around the NHL. Get through the first 10 minutes against Carolina. It's when they have their most energy. It's when they want to get up on you. They start so well. If you can get through that, and it's now 12:23 left in the first, you have a chance to take their juice away from them.
Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains June 5th through the 11th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You gotta go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. Need to sell your home fast? I'll buy it cash, as is, where is, no repairs, no commissions, no hassle. I've purchased over 1,200 homes for cash right here in Las Vegas. Whether your home is damaged, destroyed, tenant occupied, stuck in probate, or in perfect condition, I've got you covered. We are cash, we are fast, we are reliable, we are local. We are the best.
You gotta go Galindo. 702 820.
GalindoGroupRealEstate.com. When accidents happen, the road gets rough. But for insurance companies standing in the way of justice, it's about to get bumpier. Because at Anthem Injury Lawyers, we don't back down. We fight harder, go farther, and never settle for less than you deserve. If they're not ready to play fair, they better buckle up. Anthem Injury Lawyers. Justice served, millions recovered. Call Anthem Injury Lawyers at 702-857-6000 or visit AnthemInjuryLaw.com.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
Golden Knights and Hurricanes 0-0. Just over 7 minutes into the contest. Only one shot aside. Carolina's shot came on its power play. Knights penalty kill brought to you by Just Ingredients. 10 consecutive kills for the Knights. Carolina 2 power play goals in their last 7 games plus 2 for 25 in that stretch. For the postseason overall, power play will drop under 12%. 7 for 59. Ozone draw 5-on-5 for Carolina. Stahl wins the draw to the middle. Drive wide left. Rebound comes in front. A scramble is there. And it is secured by Carter Hart. Plenty of players in the mix. But Carter managed to brace himself. Looked like he stuck his legs backward into the goal. Then he kind of scoots away from the skirmish to gather himself. What'd you see, Gary?
Well, the puck comes in and misses the net, and then Carter tries to cover it. And I thought it was a late whistle. He had his glove on it. And Martinook, until he hears the whistle, he's going to keep fighting. And he does. But Carter had it secured. And then Rasmus Anderson gave Martinook a couple of noogies after the play.
Yeah, the puck never really did come free after Carter got the trapper down on top of it. Martinook busting in there, third line right winger. Another face-off win for Stahl. From the point, a shot redirected. And Hart got a piece. It goes into the far corner. Knights retrieve the puck, 2-on-2. Eichel with Dorothea. Eichel accelerates, gets down low. Center, Dorothea forced behind the goal from the left side of the net. Eichel trying to whip it in front off the body, but it careens all the way back up the slot out of the zone. All the way back it goes to Carter Hart. McNabb and Theodore, they were momentarily out of sync, but they do get the puck out to the neutral zone. Stick forward by Eichel. It goes all the way down. Knights will change their forward group. Line changes brought to you by William Hill. DeAndre Miller skates it out for Carolina. Dumps it in, clockwise around the boards. Hannafin reverses it with help from Anderson. Connected on the near side, Mitch Marner scanning center. Marner plays it out. Hannafin with help from Hurdle to get it in. Pardon, not Hurdle, but Barbashev, who was at the end of the shift. Marner a steal, centers. Carlson trying to tip it behind himself to Howden. Didn't work. Svechnikov goes the other way. Feed left, tipped away on the back check by Brett Howden. Goes in behind the goal. Turnaround. Oh, a stick save in front. Power move at the right post, but Carter Hart stays strong with his goal stick. As the Knights go the other way, William Carlson on the right boards. Jams it behind, and Mitch Marner could not get the centering pass all the way to Brett Howden. Stick check. Marner knocked over 5 feet inside the line. Howden double teamed just inside the line, and ultimately Vegas loses control on that possession. They go off for a change. Carolina controls going right to left. Under 11 minutes to play in the first period. 0-0 in game 2. Stone a steal on the near side of his own zone. Got it up to the line, and Lozon in close quarters with Sissons turns it over. Here comes Blake maneuvering, and a reach in by Stone gets a steal for the Knights. And Sissons missed the puck. Point shot save. 2 players collide in front, Lozon and Hall. Puck out at the left point for Blake. Threw it across to the right for a shot. Catch save. Carter Hart to his left. Knights clear the zone. It'll tumble all the way back into the Carolina end. So a couple of opportunities there for the Hurricanes, capitalizing off the Vegas miscue at the offensive blue line with Lozon and Sissons, both former Predators, not quite on the same page on the entry. Fight for the puck is in the neutral zone. Back to the Vegas side. Theodore controls inside his own line. McNabb forward to Dowd, who angles the puck ahead. Battle for it in front of the benches. Again, the Knights get control. One-handed toward the right wing side by Cole Smith. He gives chase, so does Kolasar. Keegan lands a check. Carolina clears the zone. McNabb hustling back. Aho in pursuit as well. McNabb there first. It's Carrier who takes McNabb to the boards. As the Knights get the puck. Now it's a turnover. Got the spare shoots. Fought off by Carter Hart to his right. Picked up by Vegas. Theodore with McNabb behind the goal. They lose the puck. Stahl on the far side, pressured by Colasar. Now Ehlers again. 2 goals in game 1. Got it rink wide left. Gostisbehere reels it in after the pass was tipped. Back to the line for a shot. Knocked down in front. Oh, and it got one of the Knights up near the face. McNabb reaching for his face, and immediately they signal to the bench. And McNabb reaching for his face. He'll go right down the tunnel, which is not at the benches here. Instead, down to our left, right where that occurred. So immediately all the players started signaling. Now, Mark Stone was signaling that there should have been a penalty on the play. I did not see one, but we'll get a look at a replay perhaps during this timeout. So again, Braden McNabb looked to have taken a puck up near the face, and he goes down the tunnel. Yeah, he got the puck right on the nose, right, looked like the visor and the nose. The goal 0-0 with 9:08 to go in the first period. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
Everyone's so friendly here at Centennial Subaru. Can't walk 10 steps without a belly rub. They feed me snacks, and they even feed humans. Only thing bad I can say is they really like those guys on 2 wheels. This is why we bring our humans here. Go north, US 95 and Ann Road. Centennial Subaru, a short drive from everywhere.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches. Port of Subs.
We're hiring at A1 Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at a1garage.com/careers.
A1garage.com. A1 from day one.
Make this your summer to save at Lexus of Henderson. Whether you're heading out on a family road trip or looking to upgrade your daily drive, now is the time to experience luxury for less. Discover exceptional offers on the 3-row Lexus TX and the versatile RX lineup, available at gas, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid models. Plus, take advantage of rates as low as 3.49% APR on select models. Visit Lexus of Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall or online at lexusofhenderson.com.
OAC up to 48 months. See store for details.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
0-0, 9:08 to go first period. Golden Knights and Hurricanes here in game 2. Just before the timeout, Braden McNabb got a shot in the face and exited under his own power.
Yeah, McNabb is staring at the shot, and he gets cross-checked from behind by Eric Robinson, and it leaves him defenseless. Puck rises up, gets him in the face. Golden Knights thought there should have been a penalty.
He could not duck as a result of the timing of the check from behind by Robinson. Ozone draw coming for Carolina. They've got 5 shots. Knights have 1. Carolina's power play 0 for 1. Knights without a power play quite yet. Vegas gets it in. Knights' 4th line is out there. Cole Smith, Nick Dowd, Keegan Colasar. And Vegas for the moment without Braden McNabb. So Hanifin and Anderson out there together. Jeremy Lauzon's 2nd game back after missing a month. Plus, of course, Shea Theodore and Dylan Codwin. Codwin last game played just over 8 minutes, averaging over 14 minutes in the playoffs. Carolina gets it in once more. Hanifin coming back with Anderson. Tie up deep in the Knights zone. 8:30 to go first period. 0-0 in game 2. Noah Hanifin backhands it up the boards to Colasar. Banks it through center, but nobody was there for the Knights. Just a blind play through center by Colasar. Carolina takes possession. In go the Canes on the right. Stahl plays a rink wide left. Slavin hopped off his stick. Regathers along the boards. Put it down low. Hopped off the back of the cage. Anderson swats it to the corner. Carolina gets possession. Skated out to the high slot by Ehlers. He turns and shoots. Wide left. Rebound off the left wing boards. Stahl couldn't keep it going. Knights clear the zone. And Vegas can change some personnel. Ehlers works in. He winds. He shoots. Blocker save Carter Hart. Rebound left wing for Ehlers. Rims it hard around Chatfield. Reverses the rim. Theodore had to come off his stick. Ehlers again. Theodore again now. Backhands it forward to Barbashev. Picked up Dorothea to Eichel coming in. Eichel breaks on the far side. Rink wide. Barbashev shoots. Blocked. Dorofeev and Anderson, some contact in front as Barbashev was shooting from the right wing. Barbashev, of course, might have been looking for Dorofeev flashing in front there. Carolina dumps it in. That'll be an icing. 7:15 to play, first period, 0-0 in game 2.
Anderson comes well out of the blue ice into the white ice to collide with Dorofeev there. And Barbashev doesn't get his shot through. Good block from, I think it's Jacob Slavin.
Well, Gary, this first period is, I don't want to say reminiscent of the first period of game 1 because nobody has scored yet. But in terms of the way the ice is tilted, somewhat similar because Carolina has outshot Vegas 5-1. 12 minutes into the first period of game 1. Shots were 9-2 for Carolina. Stankoven comes in. Shot attempt blocked by Noah Hannafin. William Karlsson to get the rebound. With help from Hannafin, they control it, and it's a stick check and a steal, and the shot blocked. But goes off the glass, stays in play. Hannafin checked on the near corner boards. Karlsson trouble getting it up the wall. Carolina keeps it in the zone. Hall had the puck knocked off his stick by Marner. The rebound came near the goal, but picked up by William Karlsson for the Knights, the right side of the crease. Marner again pitches it high in the air, hoping for Howden. He was held. Howden gets behind. He gets to the goal. He scores! Vegas takes a 1-0 lead on Brett Howden's 12th of the postseason, equaling his regular season total. Well, that looked like it could have been a penalty against Carolina because Howden was impeded from his path to the puck. It was an onside play. He eventually did shake loose, and Brett Howden beats Freddie Anderson on just the second Golden Knights shot of the game. He gathered the puck at the hash marks, and the lefty whips it low on Freddie Anderson.
Mitch Marner is against the wall deep in the Golden Knights defensive zone. He comes up with the puck. It's a backhand flip lob, and then Howden out-battles Sean Walker. They are wrestling from the red line to the blue line. Howden pops free, beats Anderson.
And when they separate, looked like Walker was slightly off balance because of the physicality with which they were locked up. Howden kept his balance, had his composure, and beat Anderson low on the glove side. And the Knights have a 1-0 lead. Brett Howden had 12 goals in the regular season. He's now got 12 goals in the playoffs, 2 more than any other player. Pavel Dorofeev has 10. Carolina coming right to left. Here is Svechnikov right for a shot that's tipped in front. Rebound blocked. Another try. Deflected behind the goal. Taken by the Hurricanes again. Chatfield right point. Plays it down the boards. Got a return pass, and he shoots. Knocked down, and the puck out of play as the goaltender Carter Hart had lost his stick on the play. And there will be immediate timeout with 5:42 to go in the first period. Vegas 1, Carolina 0. Howden from Marner at 13:33. Not only Howden's 12th goal leading the postseason, Marner's 23rd point, which leads the postseason. And it's a 1-0 Vegas lead in Game 2. 5:42 to go in the first period of Game 2. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and instant talk and say, "You won't believe where I am."
T-Mobile has the best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. See T-Mobile.com/network.
Hey, Golden Knights fans, want to score free tickets? Green Valley Grocery is giving away multiple pairs of VGK tickets every month through December. More winners, more chances, more fans inside the fortress cheering on the Knights. Download the Green Valley Grocery app and enter for your chance to win. Each game brings a new opportunity, only available through the app. Don't wait. Download the GVG app today and unlock exclusive rewards, surprise perks, and your chance at VGK tickets only from Green Valley Grocery.
At Access, we believe that music and sports are best enjoyed live and in person. That's why we're passionate about providing fans with tickets to the hottest sporting events and concerts around the world, including right here in Vegas. The Access ticketing app is safe, simple, and secure, and you can find it in the App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Android. Or visit us at access.com to find tickets to your next unforgettable live experience. That's AXS.com. Access, your ticket to Las Vegas.
Let's get back to Dan Duva and Gary Lawless for more Stanley Cup Finals action.
Golden Knights 1, Hurricanes 0. 5:42 to play. First period, Game 2 Stanley Cup Final. Howden's 12th from Marner at 13:33. Howden has 21 career postseason goals. 12 of them this postseason. And now 4 in Stanley Cup Final games. Carolina gets a shot off from the right point, tipped in front, and trickled along the left goal line. Stone played it out. Vegas gets it in, but an icing whistle. So Howden from Marner at 13:33. The Knights, Gary, went scoring first in the playoffs, 7-1. Carolina, when trailing first, well, it's only happened twice, and they won both of those games. When you start the postseason 12-1, pretty much all of the situational statistics will be in your favor. Again, the Knights have lost Braden McNabb, at least for the moment. Got a shot in the face and headed to the dressing room under his own power, reaching for his face. We'll let you know if we hear anything about that. Of course, McNabb was unable to... Oh, we've got a delayed penalty here coming up against Carolina. 5:16 to go in the first period, and a 1-0 Knights lead. And now looks like Vegas will be getting the man advantage. Well, maybe not.
Vegas penalty number 10, 2 minutes, roughing.
Roughing is the call. It looked like the Knights had possession of the puck. Well, I guess I did not see what I thought I saw. So roughing against Sissons. Sissons and Miller.
Sissons finishes the check on Miller, and Miller puts his hand up against the side of his face. There's absolutely nothing
not a penalty. He hardly shoves him.
No, it's not a penalty in October.
That's not a preseason
sure as hell
penalty.
isn't a penalty in June.
Maybe the referee thought he saw something, just like I thought I saw something that apparently wasn't there. Anyway, another Carolina power play. Curious call there. Carolina second man advantage. Theodore blocks the centering pass from Stankoven deep on the right wing. And another attempt. That one was knocked away. Theodore's clearing try was knocked down at the line. Theodore then bats it out. Cole Smith in pursuit of the loose puck. He gets to it left corner. He is outnumbered 3-1. But does kill a little bit more clock. Challenging the Carolina breakout as well. Penalty clock at 1:30. Sissons in the box for allegedly roughing Keandre Miller. Didn't fall over or anything, folks. He just kind of turned away from a shove. Ehlers skates it in, stripped to the puck, pitched high in the air. Good work by Theodore and Eichel. William Karlsson in pursuit of the puck at the Carolina line. The Hurricanes have it there. Pressure, Marner nearly stripped it away from the defenseman Nikishin. Carried in left wing side, though, by Ehlers. Rims it all the way around for Blake. Penalty at 1 minute. Bump it out to the line, Nikishin. Saucers it left, Taylor Hall. Hard pass right, reeled in by Blake, top of the right circle. Dishes down to the corner. Marner and Lozon defending there. Fans getting anxious here. Puck goes in behind the net. He left it, a shot got tipped. Trickling side of the goal. It goes behind. Marner picks off a pass. It clears on his backhand all the way back down.
Marner's backhand has been very instrumental so far in the first.
Yeah.
Primary assist, and now a big clear on the kill.
Down to 28 seconds on the Carolina power play. Aho gets through. Backhands it toward the net. Carter with his glove. Knocked it down, but it's Anderson to play it around. It'll go all the way into the Carolina zone. So that worked out for the Knights. Stone in pursuit, shorthanded. He strips it away, but then the skate and the stick come together. He lost control of the puck along the yellow kick plate. Hurricanes the other way, and the Svechnikov pass got blocked and went behind the goal. Penalty clock at 2, at 1, over. Sissons joins the play, and a point shot saved by Hart. Rebound goes to the right wing. Now behind the goal, Anderson for the Knights pushes it up the boards. Stone finds Sissons, weaving into the offensive zone. Sissons toward the left and Jack Eichel. Jack pressured by Slavin, Team USA teammates. Carolina gets the puck and gets the clear. Back goes Theodore to his own zone. So the Knights' penalty kill is now 2 for 2. At 11 straight kills. Game remains 1-0 Knights. 2:45 to go in the first period here in Game 2. From the left point, Lozak shoots high and wide right. Only 2 shots on goal for the Knights so far. The second one was the Brett Howden goal. Here's Howden trying to work away from Stahl and draws a penalty. Dorothea up top for Theodore. Shea looking, shuffling, he shoots, blocked wide, off the glass, taken by the Knights there. Barbashev for Dorothea, tried to feed the point, but Lausanne could do nothing but kick the bouncing puck. Carrier touches it up. And the Knights will go to the power play. Dorothea's strong on the puck and draws the penalty call.
Carolina 11 minor penalty. Holding. Dorothea gets the puck below the net, and he's got to step on Stahl. Stahl has to kind of hug him. He puts his left hand on the arm of Dorothea, then he puts it on his chest, and Pav is just so strong on the puck. George Stahl, one of the biggest men in the NHL, can't control Dorothea, has to infraction.
Yeah, Pavel's left hand comes off the stick, which makes it more blatant from the official's point of view. If they had not called that, I'm not sure I would have gone crazy. But I think, Gary, given the call that we saw,
More of a penalty than the roughing thing.
Yes, indeed. But I think that, I hate to use the term, but sort of a makeup call. So the Knights go to the power play for the first time in Game 2. 0 for 3 in Game 1. They win the faceoff. Here's Marner left point, threw it down low. Stone gets the puck, bodied by Walker. Left wall, Eichel, up top Marner. Threw it down the slot, sticked away by Walker. Eichel gets it on the left, zips it out high for Marner. Back to the bumper hurdle. Marner again, left for Eichel, righty top of the circle. Now across to the right, Marner. Hurdle joins them out high. Hurdle left for Eichel, now Stone. Back toward Hurdle, it got tipped. Carolina takes it away. Martin clears all the way down. You've got about a 16-second differential power play clock to game clock, so there'd be a little bit of time left if the Knights do not score on this power play. It would not carry over, as so many recent Knights power plays have. Down to the last minute 30 of the first period. Game 2, Knights lead the game 1-0, lead the series 1-0. Here come the Knights. Eichel with Stone to give and go right wing. Eichel threw it across, off the stick of Anderson. Corralled on the left wing side by Dorothea. Banks it to Hurdle. Floats it down to the left corner and Mark Stone. Crossing with Eichel. Little handoff. Eichel goes low to high. Marner reels it in. Now Hurdle up top. Knocked off his stick. And here come the Hurricanes short-handed. Marner and Dorothea are back. Hurdle as well. Aho loses the puck. Eichel knocks it free. Aho checked by Eichel. Knights get it with 40 seconds left on their power play. And under a minute to go in the first period. 1-0 Knights. It's Stahl in the box holding Dorothea. Knights get different personnel on. Here comes Marner to center from the red line backwards to Carlson. Up to the blue, gains the line with Anderson, his fellow Swede. Rasmus Anderson brings it around to Barbashev. Penalty at 20 seconds. Barbashev to Howden, the goal scorer. Hard pass got through Marner, not Marner, but Carlson all the way around. And Keandre Miller takes it from the near side corner to clear all the way down. Hart goes to play, deep in his own end. Howden put it behind the goal, and now Shea Theodore for the Knights. Penalty time is over. 15 seconds left in the period. 1-0 Knights. Carlson's dump in got blocked back to the Vegas side. Hanifin gets the puck, goes in behind his goal. Down to 7 seconds. Breakout pass. Missed Barbashev. This is going to be an icing. Oh, that's not smart. 2.7 seconds to go. And Carolina will get an ozone draw when it looked like Vegas had plenty of time to just kill the clock and go to the intermission. 2.7 seconds is more than enough time to win a faceoff and get a shot on goal. So Hanifin just a little too hurried there. Way too much on the pass that went through Barbashev. Near side of the neutral zone. So the Knights will put a bunch of bodies in the slot. William Karlsson will take the draw against Stankoven on the right wing. And it's a tie-up at the draw. Knights get the puck anyway. And that'll do it for the period. The Knights take a 1-0 lead to the first intermission. Barbashev did not like that Keandre Miller shot the puck. Even as the pouring sounded, it was evident that the attempt would not be before the clock ran out, so Barbashev didn't like it.
And Howden doesn't like it either. It's just disrespectful to one another as players. Everybody's blocking shots at this time of the year, and a lot of the Knights are giving it to Miller, even still as he goes to the bench. And it's John Tortorella upset too. He's barking at the linesman and the referee. He wants a word with somebody. He didn't like that at all.
Well, the Knights generated 2 shots on goal during the first period, none during their power play. Carolina credited with 7 shots on goal. Gary, only one went into the goal, and that was Brett Howden from Mitch Marner at 13:33. Howden's league-leading 12th goal. And the Knights have a 1-0 lead after 1. Let's head downstairs to the Golden Knights dressing room and welcome Knights defenseman Dylan Conklin to the broadcast. Hi, Dylan, Dan, and Gary here in the radio booth. Thanks for joining us. What do you make of how tonight's game has started?
Yeah, it's obviously it's pretty loud in here, and it's a great building. It's the fans are excited, and I think they kind of feed off that, and getting the first one was huge, and I think we're playing well. It's we're only giving them what we give them, and we can't make those mistakes, and because they're going to capitalize on them.
Shots are 7-2 in favor of Carolina. Does that bother you?
Not really. I mean, it's mostly just shots from the outside, and hitting Hartsy's pads, or they're not really high danger shots. I mean, I've played here. It's they have a shot first mentality from shoot from wherever. So it's not too concerning. I mean, it would obviously be nice to get a few more shots, and this guy. I think there's ways to beat them, and we just got to find those.
You mentioned you've played here. Anything that they're doing surprise you, or is it the same thing they've been doing for 8 years?
Yeah, not a single thing has changed. I mean, they're obviously a really hardworking team, and like I said before, Rod's pretty on them about battles and working hard and in every zone of the ice. So I think we're matching up well against them, and just got to keep going.
Dylan, thanks. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Dylan Conklin from the Knights dressing room. Yes, the Knights traded Dylan Conklin along with Max Pacioretty here to Carolina back in 2022. Gary, the Knights at that juncture, it wasn't so much that they had lost what they thought was a prospect in Dylan Conklin. The Knights were trying to unload Max Pacioretty's salary. And the Hurricanes said, all right, well, we'll take on Pacioretty's contract, but you got to give us something for it. And that person happened to be Dylan Conklin. But when he was here, he didn't play very much. He was in the press box when the Golden Knights visited. They wouldn't send him to the American League so he could play. So Dylan was in a tough spot where he just wanted to play somewhere, even if it was the American League. 2 seasons with this organization, 1 with Winnipeg, and now he is back with the Golden Knights, and he's in the Stanley Cup final, and he's playing.
He became a misfit when he left Vegas, because Carolina had him. They didn't want to use him, and they let him go to Winnipeg. He didn't get much of an opportunity there. Comes to Vegas, and the conversation between him and Kelly McCrimmon is, you go to Henderson, you're going to play all the time in all situations. And then when Vegas needed that extra defenseman, he came and he was ready, and he's pushed 2 players, Dylan Conklin and Ben Hutton, out of the top 6.
Korczak was who we pushed out.
Korczak.
Conklin can't push himself out of the lineup.
Sorry. I misspoke. I got distracted.
Yeah, no, we've got members of the media coming to visit. Interlopers. I thought they were well-wishers, but interlopers
they're
apparently.
Welcome, but
all right.
Kind of.
We'll step aside. It's the first intermission in Game 2. Knights lead the series 1-0. They lead the game 1-0. Brett Howden's 12th of the playoffs, leading all players. At 13:33, it was an airborne clear by Mitch Marner, and Brett Howden shook free of defenseman Sean Walker. Howden scored the goal. Marner's 16th assist and 23rd point. 23 points leads all players. Intermission report coming up with Ryan Wallace. So look back at what has happened so far and get you set for period 2 here in Raleigh. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It is the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
At Access, we believe that music and sports are best enjoyed live and in person. That's why we're passionate about providing fans with tickets to the hottest sporting events and concerts around the world, including right here in Vegas. The Access ticketing app is safe, simple, and secure, and you can find it in the App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Android. Or visit us at access.com to find tickets to your next unforgettable live experience. That's AXS.com. Access, your ticket to Las Vegas.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey, Golden Knights fans, when we win, you win. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Golden Knights win a preseason, regular season, or playoff game. This Win for Wings promotion is valid for 2 days after each qualifying game at all beat-up sports bar locations throughout the Vegas area. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including some of the best happy hour and late-night prices Vegas has to offer throughout hockey season at your local Buffalo Wild Wings, a proud partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
What do you think makes the perfect snack?
It's gotta be when I'm really craving it and it's convenient.
Could you be more specific?
When it's convenient.
Okay.
Like a freshly baked cookie made with real butter, available right down the street at AM/PM, or a savory breakfast sandwich I can grab in just a second at AM/PM.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Well, yeah, we're talking about what I crave.
Which is anything from AM/PM.
What more could you want?
Stop by AM/PM where the snacks and drinks are perfectly craveable and convenient. That's convenience. AM/PM, too much good stuff.
It's time to upgrade your roofing and solar experience, and Cooper Roofing and Solar has you covered. Literally, from re-roofing to deck installs, roof tune-ups, skylights, and more, they do it all. Right now, subscribe to Cooper's maintenance plan and get a 15% discount on roof maintenance. Keep your roof in top shape, avoid emergency repairs, and save big. Cooper Roofing and Solar is employee-owned and Southern Nevada's largest roofing company. Call Cooper today at 702-688-7940 or visit coopersolar.com. Cooper Roofing and Solar, proud roofing partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Here's the thing. 24/7 hockey. Serious excellent NHL Draisaitl scores!
Here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission report on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey, football fans, the Vegas Nighthawks are on the field for the 2026 season and looking to repeat as champions of the Indoor Football League. Lee's Family Forum in Henderson is the official home for all the action with the Nighthawks, and single game tickets for the 2026 season are available by visiting leesfamilyforum.com. To intermission report, the Golden Knights up 1-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes after the first period of play. Taking a look at the highlights in the first period, the Golden Knights had a better start to the period here in game number 2 than they did in game number 1 and opened the scoring late in the first on a partial breakaway goal for Brett Howden.
Marner again pitches it high in the air, hoping for Howden. He was held. Howden gets behind. He gets to the goal. He scores! Vegas takes a 1-0 lead on Brett Howden's 12th of the postseason, equaling his regular season total.
12th goal of the playoffs for Brett Howden. The assist to Mitch Marner, 13:33 of the first period, 1-0 Vegas. There's a lot to like about this goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. One, Mitch Marner in his own zone in the corner on the backhand. He just throws one up the ice, and then Brett Howden, engaged in a battle, just finds a way to fight through the interference from Sean Walker. He jumps on that puck, and it's one-on-one with Freddie Anderson. He whips it in. Tremendous stuff from Brett Howden. And now, as Dan Duva mentioned on the call, Howden has as many goals, 12, in the postseason as he had all regular season. When you are getting contributions like that, you're getting that interplay between Marner and Howden. They can impact the game in such a big way. And the Golden Knights didn't have a ton of chances in the first period. They really didn't. But their best chance, they capitalize on it. That's been the difference so far in the series, and certainly the difference right now in the game. Take a break, come back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs in the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Cutner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Cutner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
Your Vegas Golden Knights try to elevate hockey to an art form. Similarly, the team at Toshiba America Business Solutions empowers the art of business with award-winning copiers, printers, document management solutions, and digital signage that help you engage and delight your customers. As an official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights, Toshiba America Business Solutions works overtime to make you and your documents look good. And with the best service in town, you'll never find your business in the penalty box. Look for us at business.toshiba.com. Toshiba, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Ouch! Checked from behind. Man, that's gotta hurt. I'd hire Morgan & Morgan if I were them. What? Yeah, Dan, America's largest injury law firm. They serve up justice, ice, cold, law. Know what I mean? I guess. Their gloves come off when they fight for you. Okay. I'm talking a settlement slap shot. Shouldn't we be talking about the game? Yeah, Dan. Morgan & Morgan.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The legendary El Cortez Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas's original downtown hotspot since 1941. Play the slots, hit the tables, sip on classic cocktails, and enjoy hospitality the old school way. Experience the perfect mix of vintage Vegas charm and modern excitement that can't be found anywhere else. Whether you're here to stay, play, or dine, the good old days of Las Vegas are alive and well at El Cortez Hotel and Casino.
Back to Ryan Wallace for his Stanley Cup Final intermission report.
Intermission report, the Golden Knights up 1-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes after the first period of play here in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Stats of the period are presented by Foley Family Wines. Shots, 8-2. The edge to Carolina hits 16-11, also favoring Carolina for the game. Golden Knights 0-for-1 on the power play. Hurricanes 0-for-2 on the man advantage. Vegas charged with 3 giveaways, 2 takeaways, 6 block shots. Carolina, 7 giveaways, 2 takeaways, and 2 block shots. All right, so there's a couple of things to pull out of that first period. Number one, I thought the Golden Knights were way more in control of their overall game in the first period tonight than they were in game number 1. Obviously, it wasn't 2-0 Carolina 8 minutes into the game. I liked a lot of the early minutes from the Golden Knights. However, there were a couple of miscues from Vegas that fed some chances, fed some opportunity for Carolina in the middle stages of the period. And then the Golden Knights were able to wrestle that momentum back a bit, obviously because of the goal from Brett Howden. However, outside of the goal for Brett Howden, there weren't a ton of opportunities or chances offensively for the Golden Knights in that first period. Felt like Carolina had the puck for much of the first period. However, as you heard from Dylan Coughlin, the shot discrepancy doesn't and shouldn't bother the Vegas Golden Knights. Because while Carolina had a couple of looks, a couple of dangerous chances, while they have the edge in shots on goal, I still think that they are having to expend a lot of energy and they're having to do a lot of work to just get some quality chances and get into the middle of the ice. Now, outside of that, I think for the Golden Knights, obviously, Brett Howden finishes the best chance that they had in the first period, but you need more volume on Freddie Anderson. And I'm not talking about volume for volume's sake. I just think the Golden Knights need to spend more time in the offensive zone. They need to spend more time trying to break down Carolina in the offensive zone, force Carolina to defend more than they needed to in the first period. And now that you've got a lead, lean into them, lean on them, by taking a little bit more offensive zone time here in the second period. Second period action is coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy perks and exclusive rewards. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the tier and offer match program at Yamava Resort and Casino, voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, knock me is the word. Call 702
For Han Nakfi with Nakfi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
It's game night at Raising Cane's. And we're serving the realm with a feast of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy, crinkle-cut fries, garlicky, buttered Texas toast, and cane sauce. Skate in before the puck drops or after the game stops. It's always nighttime at Cane's. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go, Knights, go.
Welcome to Win City, where a hat trick means more than just 3 goals in a hockey game. It's also when you reach 3 goals in life. You make the perfect souffle. You graduate with that diploma. You land your dream job.
What a hat trick! What a play!
Another great play is scoring the official credit card of the Vegas Golden Knights with exclusive perks and benefits for VGK fans. See if you pre-qualify at CreditOneBank.com. Terms apply. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids, we turn the back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
Live above ringside here at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Golden Knights 1, Hurricanes 0. Brett Howden, the game's lone goal, set up by Mitch Marner. An airborne pass that landed just inside the Carolina line. Walker defending Howden. They were locked up tight. You thought they might call a penalty against Walker, but no. They separated with Howden getting clean possession of the puck. And he shot it low on the glove side of Freddie Anderson to give the Knights a 1-0 lead. Just 2 shots in the opening frame for the Knights. As they continue to adjust the attempt numbers, they had 8. 2 shots on, 3 attempts blocked, 3 attempts missed. And on the Carolina side, they finished with 8 shots on goal in the opening period. 8 shots on, 7 blocked, 12 that missed. So that is 27. Gary Lawless, your takeaways from what we saw in the opening 20.
Well, first, a little bit of housekeeping. Braden McNabb will not be on the bench or on the ice to start the second period. Nothing definitive on his availability for the rest of the game, but he blocked a shot in the first period and is not going to return to start the second. Reminiscent of the series against in the game 1 or 2 in Colorado when he injured a lower body injury, missed all of the second period, and then came back and played the third. And he's been, we've seen he can barely walk down the tunnel on his skates, but he's able to skate right now. Not ready to go here in the second.
Underway in the second period, Knights in the lead 1-0. The dump in looked to have hit the scoreboard, but they allow play to continue. Anyway, the action is down in the Knights net. The Knights end, I should say, as the Knights get the puck out of the corner. Now to center it goes. Dorothea, Barbashev, and Eichel are the forwards with Hannafin and Anderson the D. Hannafin near the center ice logo, former Hurricane. Played it to Anderson, who dumps it in. Hurricanes retrieve, and the clear goes off the stick of Martinook. Theodore waiting back in his own zone. Fires it ahead. Deflected by Slavin all the way on down into the Carolina zone. Chatfield back behind his net for Carolina. And if we hear anything more on Braden McNabb, we will certainly let you know. But at the moment, the Knights are playing with 5 defensemen. In goes Blake, speeding down the left wing. Carlson and Theodore combine to keep him along the perimeter. Blake floats it to the corner. Theodore navigating the referee, but referee then tripped up by one of the Hurricanes. Trickling puck. Theodore picks it off from Taylor Hall. Using the sidewall, Howden got it out. Carlson left for Marner, 2-on-2. Marner inside the line breaks and banks it low. Carlson after it. Stankoven separates him from the puck. Stankoven begins the breakout. It's a wide 2-on-2 entry. Coughlin takes his man to the boards. And the loose puck taken by Mitch Marner. And then Howden starts Hannafin into the zone. Hannafin going right, opens up, and decides to center out of the corner. Untouched through the blue ice. As Noah Hannafin looking for his first goal in this postseason. Had no points in the conference final. Knights trying to get the puck on the far side now. And a diving play by Hurdle to get it for the Knights. Hurdle back to Sissons, and then Hurdle again in the right corner. Hurdle pressured by Keandre Miller. Fighting for the puck, bounces around and out to the neutral zone it goes. Coughlin slows the progress of Taylor Hall, but Hall does dump it in. 2 minutes into the second period, 1-0 Vegas. Lozon fired the puck to center off the stick. Stone finds it, onside with Sissons. Stone shoots, save. Rebound goes into the corner. Saved by Frederick Anderson to his left on Mark Stone. Now Hurdle in the right corner. Pressured along the boards, feeds Anderson right point. Anderson also without a goal here in the postseason for the Knights. Anderson slithers down the boards. He's centered. Kolasar shoots. Save. And it's a stop for Anderson. He holds on for the whistle.
One of the longer opportunities for Vegas in the offensive zone so far in this game. They didn't really establish their cycle game that often in the first period. Same as the first period of game one. And then in the second period of game one, they established it. And now a big shift from the Hurdle Stone Sissons line. And out comes the fourth line. They'll try to extend it. You mentioned Dylan Coughlin. If one of the plays in the first period, he blocked a shot. It saved a goal. And Carter Hart hugged him after the play.
And back in the first period.
Yeah.
Knights had an ozone draw. They couldn't keep the play in the offensive end. Hurricanes get it down. Coughlin with Theodore defensively. Again, no McNabb, so keep an eye on who's paired with who on each shift. Kolasar on his backhand pitches it rink wide through center toward the Knights bench. Dowd and Cole Smith trying to get it for the Knights. But instead, the Hurricanes win that battle and dump it in. Carter Hart there and waiting behind his goal. Theodore retrieves. 3 minutes into the second, 1-0 Knights. Already 2 shots on goal for Vegas this period after they had 2 shots the entire first frame. Nikishin checked by Cole Smith, but Nikishin did get the puck out to center. And one of the Hurricanes trying to skate it in, lost an edge. That was Ehlers. Vegas going the other way. Here comes Barbashev. He shoots. Shut down. And Henderson pokes the rebound to the corner. Michael tried to get the rebound there. Could not. Carolina dumps it in. It's an icing call against the Hurricanes.
And Barbashev got loose a little bit, and he has that excellent backhand. And he tried to go, I think he tried to go short side. Anderson able to seal the post and make the save. Yeah, Ivan was coming down, and Nikishin closed a bit. Ivan tried to go short side. Great save by Anderson.
Barbashev scoring his 6th goal of the playoffs in game 1. 17th career. Playoff goals for Barbashev. He has been to the Stanley Cup final twice before and won it both times. 2019 with St. Louis, 2023 with the Golden Knights. 1-0 Vegas. Carolina controls after a defensive end faceoff. Up ice for Vegas, applying some forecheck pressure. Dorofeev, Barbashev, and then Eichel. Hurricanes get through it, but it's 2 against 3 on the entry. Carolina just wanted to gain the zone and change players. Ehlers dumps it in off the left corner boards. Knights get to it. Theodore up the wall to Jack Eichel. Tips it out. Got by Barbashev, but it's off the sidewall. Not enough for icing. Walker heads back to retrieve the puck. Hurricanes in their own zone. Left to right they go in the second period, wearing black. Knights on the road wearing white. Jeremy Lauzon got it at center and dumps it in. No icing. Linesman says it was tipped. Carlson goes in on the forecheck, but it comes back the other way. Here come the Hurricanes, left to right. Walker, the defenseman, shoots. Forced wide by Jeremy Lauzon. Battle for the puck on the far side now, left corner. Marner and Hall come together. Once upon a time, both high draft choices. Hall back behind. First overall pick back in 2010 for Edmonton. Hall finds it high on the right side, backhands it down the boards toward Blake. Intercepted, though, by Lausanne. Toward Marner along the near boards. Stankoven finds it behind the goal in the trapezoid. Looks out to the left wing side. And he's joined down low. A little give and go there with Miller. Stankoven again. To the right point, Chatfield. High to low for Taylor Hall. His pointward pass. Knocked away by Marner. Rushes out. Maybe a 2-on-1. Marner left wing. And then penalty coming up as Howden went down. Marner still with the puck. It's loose on the near side. Touched up by the Hurricanes. But Brett Howden interfered with on his way down the slot. Trying to weave toward the goal with Mitch Marner. And DeAndre Miller guilty of interfering with his old Rangers teammate.
Carolina penalty number 19. 2 minutes interference.
Interference call against Keandre Miller. Knights to the power play for the second time in today's game.
Yeah, Brett Howden's speed is causing trouble for the Hurricanes so far in this game. It's resulted in a goal already, and now he draws a penalty.
So Keandre Miller to the box. Howden responsible for the lone goal in this game. Knights have 3 shots this period after 2 in the first. Carolina had 8 shots in the first period, none in the second. And now the Knights to the power play, just over 5 minutes into the middle period. In game 2, Knights lead the series 1-0. Knights power play was 0 for 3 in game 1. 0 for 1 in this game with no shots on their first power play. Hurdle tossed from the draw. Eichel now instead, left wing side. Eichel knocked it to the sideboard. Stone. Marner back to Eichel, top of the circle. Marner again. Winds. Eichel, one-timer blocked. Rebound paddled out to the line. Bunted by Marner, but it's a shorthanded chance for the Hurricanes. In they go, and a shot fought off by Martin. By Jordan Martinook getting the lead pass. Martinook trying to put it long post from the right circle, but Carter stayed with it. Loose puck ends up in the Carolina zone. Hurricanes managed to clear. It's off the sidewall. It whizzed by Dorotheev's face in front of his bench and went all the way down. Penalty clock at 1:25. Dorothiev works ahead. 20 power play goals in the regular season for Pavel. He's got 4 in the playoffs. On the right side, Stone toward the slot intended for Hurdle. Knocked away. It's another shorthanded rush. Marner is back, goes belly down, and the shot. Save! Rebound loose, taken by the Golden Knights. Here comes Mark Stone the other way. Maybe numbers for Vegas on the power play. Stone in transition. Eichel straight on. He shoots just wide. Rebound goes behind the net. Looked like that shot from Eichel got tipped. Picked up by Stone on the left. Cycles it down for Eichel. Coming up the near boards left wing. Across to the right for Stone. Back to Marner. Out in front. Extra dish. Too many passes. Knight's going to get a shot off. Anderson is down. Hurdle skates away from the crease, maybe not realizing Anderson was down and out. Eichel plays it high to low. Stone left goal line. Penalty time at 35 seconds. Eichel across to the right. Marner bumps it to Dorothea. He shoots off Stone's skate in front. Back from which it came. He had a wide open goal. Stone to the left boards and Jack Eichel. Marner straight on. Marner's shot attempt blocked. Ends up left corner. Eichel reaching, pokes it behind. Vegas needs to start to change players. Dorothea body got the puck in front, but no shot attempt as Hurdle couldn't settle it. Now it goes the other way. Shorthanded 2 against 3 in a drive. Blocked by Anderson. Aho checks Anderson after Rasmus blocks the shot. Penalty time expires. Knights with all sorts of pressure can't score. Now Howden charging right to the goal. He shoots and he scores! What a maneuver! Brett Howden with his second of the game, and it's 2-0. Brett Howden with a power move down the slot. He goes inside the left post by the right skater Freddie Anderson. And the Brett Howden coming out party is now a worldwide super bash. This is incredible. 13 goals in the playoffs, 3 more than any other player, and now more postseason goals than he had all season. It's just a remarkable individual effort once again by Brett Howden, who wards off Slavin, the all-world defenseman. Howden wards him off, goes from backhand to forehand to tuck it in.
And it's the power and the speed that we were just talking about. Resulted in the first goal, drew the penalty, and that time he wards off the big man Slavin, holds onto it, and makes the finish.
2-0 Golden Knights. It's an even strength goal. Shortly after their power play was unsuccessful, Carolina to the offensive zone. Kolasar plays it right for Anderson. In front of the Carolina bench, he ladles it in. Poked to the right corner by McDowell. Joined in the corner by Colasar and then Cole Smith. Hurricanes get it out of the corner as Vegas comes back the other way. Yeah, it's an offside entry for Carolina. Danny Webster, Gary, is reporting that Braden McNabb has left the facility and has gone to a hospital. Danny Webster, our friend, of course, from the Review-Journal, has reported that Braden McNabb has left and gone to a local hospital after he got a puck in the face, a shot from Nikolai Ehlers in the middle stages of the first period. So again, that's from our friend Danny Webster at the Review-Journal, who reports that Braden McNabb has left Lenovo Center and gone to a local hospital. Golden Knights 2, Golden Knights 2, Hurricanes 0, 12 minutes to go in the second period of Game 2. Knights leading the series 1-0. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Since 1981, we've been raising every glass, serving on Nevada, making good times last. From wine to whiskey, beer and more, find your favorites at every store. Lee's Discount Liquor, Nevada's place to go. Biggest selection, prices you love. 23 stores across the Silver State, serving Nevada since 1981. Lee's Discount Liquor, where Nevada celebrates.
Wow Car Wash is the official car wash of your Vegas Golden Knights. Born in Vegas, just like the Knights, Wow Car Wash has 18 convenient locations across the valley. Wow gets you in and back on the road. Looking championship ready with our Wow Max with Knights Defense Wash. Wow knows to be the best, you have to look your best. Be sure to follow Wow Car Wash on Instagram for exclusive deals, promotions, and giveaways. For a list of all locations, visit wowwash.com. Wouldn't it be nice to have a reliable Medicare plan so you can focus on all the things that matter to you? Well, with United Healthcare Medicare plans, that's exactly what you get. Support every step of the way. In fact, 4 out of 5 members are satisfied with the benefits and coverage provided by their United Healthcare Medicare plan. Count on United Healthcare to be there with Medicare coverage for your whole life ahead. Learn more at uhc.com.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Action resumes in Raleigh. Knights in the lead 2-0. They've got 2 goals on 6 shots, both of them from Brett Howden. Both of them transition opportunities. Howden getting the first on a low glove side shot. And the next one started on his backhand, went to his forehand, and went just inside the left post near the right skate of Freddie Anderson. Knights have the puck in their own zone. It's lifted out by Mark Stone. Sisson's in pursuit at the Carolina line. Hurricanes get it, though. Forward pass tipped in by Svechnikov. No goals on 10 shots for Carolina. They've got just 2 shots on goal this period after 8 in the opening frame. 9 minutes gone, 11 minutes to go in the second period. 2-0 Knights. Hurricanes come in, 3-on-3, left wing shot. Hart the save to his right. Jeremy Lauzon defending the shooter and preventing a rebound chance. Brett Howden trying to get the puck back for the Knights. Lauzon lands a check on Jarvis. Puck to the left wall. An attempt there blocked by William Karlsson. Loose puck from Mitch Marner. He backhands it in the air, hops and skids, and not enough for icing.
Carolina really activating their D, selling out here. They need a goal desperately.
And they come on the right. Jarvis put it toward the net, but it hit a stray stick. And the loose puck centered, goes left in a drive, way off target, hits the near glass. Now that try by by Chatfield, goes around to Anderson, jabs it up the boards. Barbashev with Karlsson. They get it through center. Back goes Chatfield to his own zone. Karlsson chasing it. Karlsson continues the forecheck, but the Hurricanes break through. Anderson and Hannafin defend. Here's a drive that's blocked wide left. Again, no Braden McNabb. Got a puck in the face in the first period. Don't expect him to return. Jack Eichel and Pavel Dorofeev get the puck for the Knights in their own zone. Eichel coming up to the red. He dumps it in. Gary, of course, if those Hurricanes players are going to have the approach you just described, that opens up the possibility of more quick strike offense for the Golden Knights. So whenever you got Eichel on the ice, you have to keep that in mind. Eichel has the puck on the left wing to Barbashev in the circle. One-timer blocked wide left. Dorofeev to it on the near side. Dorothea for Eichel, cycling, left point Theodore. This shot attempt deflected over to the far side of the ice. Along the boards there, Blake jabs it by Jack Eichel. And will it be icing? Yes, Theodore wins the race.
Just to expand on your thought, Vegas doesn't need to cheat. They're up 2-0 here. They need to defend and wait for opportunity. It will come because Carolina is chasing now. They're in a position they haven't been in a long time in the playoffs, and they have to take risk now, which is not what they like to do.
And they have not suffered consecutive losses since January. They have the second best record in the league, second only to the Colorado Avalanche. Knights have won 7 straight playoff games that had never happened before. Face-off win for the Knights. Conklin's one-timer blocked. Might have just missed the net. Not sure. It went wide right of the goal. Not sure if it hit somebody or if it missed clean. In any case, the Hurricanes get the loose puck out of the zone, and from in front of the bench, they get it deep without icing. Hanifin the retrieval. Hanifin skates through center, lofts it right wing side, and heads to the bench for a change. Again, with no Braden McNabb, Vegas will have to be mindful of its defensemen. There's an icing against Carolina. Not only how you deploy them, who's with who, and also the fact that Jeremy Lauzon hasn't played the last month, returns to the lineup for game 1.
Well, Jeremy said to you in your excellent interview before the game, his skating legs are fine. They worked really hard on him. He had an upper body injury. He had to stay off the ice for a while because they couldn't risk him falling and making it worse. But once he could get back on the ice, Sean Farrell really worked him hard. So Jeremy's legs are good.
Knights win the draw. Stone right. Anderson shoots off the glove of Freddie Anderson while Hurdle side of the net was undercut. Players for both sides went down. Battle for the puck is on the left wing now. The whole kit and caboodle moves out towards center. Anderson back in his own blue gets the puck. Rink wide right for Stone. Forward to Sissons. Bodied off the puck by Nikishin. The 6'4", 24-year-old defenseman. Carolina gets it in on goal, so no icing. Hart sticks it, leaves it, and in play. Anderson locked up behind the Vegas net by Carrier. Carolina gets the puck and a point shot blocked. Knights on it. To center they go. Hurdle spins away from Walker. Then Walker strips the puck. Walker trying to lead his man into the zone. That's Martinook. Anderson got to the puck first, but it ends up on the left of the shot. Way off target again. It's the near boards. Right point, it goes to Walker. Carolina in the offensive zone. Aho comes out high. His pass got tipped by Stone, but not out. Carolina keeps it in. Trailing 2-0. 8 minutes to go in the period. Left wing shot attempt blocked out of the zone. DeAndre Miller let that one go from the left wing side. Miller retrieves it himself. Quick up to Aho. Into the zone right wing. Looks to make a cross-ice pass. Carlson knocks it down. Anderson plays it ahead. Howden lead Carlson. Carlson comes in. He shoots. Glove save Anderson. No rebound. William Carlson looking for his second goal of the series. And that could have been a put-away goal if he scored that one in transition.
Yeah, William got good zip on that one. It was an excellent shot. Anderson is in that zone right now where he cannot give up the next goal. Has to be airtight for Carolina.
Howden's second of the game is his 13th of the playoffs from Barbashev and Hanifin at 7:23. 2-0 Golden Knights in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Knights lead the series 1-0. Back in a moment, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The Golden Knights have one mission at T-Mobile Arena: protect this fortress. And the Golden Knights aren't alone. T-Mobile Arena gets 24/7 power protection from EcoStruxure, the advanced IoT platform from Schneider Electric. With EcoStruxure, Arena staff can monitor every building system from a single screen. The result? Energy savings, comfortable fans, and a building ready for anything. That's EcoStruxure from Schneider Electric. Innovation at every level.
It's time to upgrade your roofing and solar experience, and Cooper Roofing and Solar has you covered. Literally. From re-roofing to deck installs, roof tune-ups, skylights, and more, they do it all. Right now, subscribe to Cooper's maintenance plan and get a 15% discount on roof maintenance. Keep your roof in top shape, avoid emergency repairs, and save big. Cooper Roofing and Solar is employee-owned and Southern Nevada's largest roofing company. Call Cooper today at 702-688-7940 or visit coopersolar.com. Cooper Roofing and Solar, proud roofing partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You gotta go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. We're not just a real estate company, we're a lifestyle brokerage with over 20 years of experience. When you work with us, you get more than a realtor. You get an entire team dedicated to creating an experience you'll love. From start to finish, we make buying or selling your home smooth, fun, and completely stress-free.
Gotta go Galindo. 702-820-HOME.
GalindoGroupRealestate.com.
Hey, Golden Knights fans, it's Shea Theodore. Let's get back to the action with Dan and Gary.
Golden Knights lead the Hurricanes 2-0. 7:41 to go in the second period. Brett Howden has both goals. It's his 5th career multi-goal game in the postseason. Second time he's had a multi-goal playoff game this year. Hurricanes coming ahead. Trickler down the slot. Theodore the way of Taylor Hall. Hall wipes out, crashes into the left corner boards. Puck goes out to center. Coghlan plays it ahead on the right, but that missed everybody. It's an icing against the Golden Knights. No Braden McNabb. Again, he exited with an apparent injury in the first period. Got a shot in the face from Nikolai Ehlers. Media, including our friend Danny Webster, reporting that he has gone to a local hospital. So, no McNabb for now. McNabb averaging nearly 21 minutes per game in the playoffs. And by the way, that includes a game in which he was kicked out in the first period, and another game that he missed a good chunk because of an injury. So the average would be even higher if not for those two issues. Knights clear the zone after the icing call. Howden gets to the loose puck, dancing to the goal, but he couldn't get a clean shot away as Anderson held his ground. Sharp angle shot out of the corner, went off his shoulder. Knights get it on the left with Marner, rink wide right, Barbashev. Back up top, Coghlan, he shoots. Former Hurricane missed the net there. Now here's William Karlsson. More rimming around right. Dorothea coming from the bench. Put it down into the corner, and Barbashev coming up the wall. Now in the circle, he shoots and hit the outside of the right post. Picked up by Vegas. Barbashev joined by Eichel, right side. Eichel curls to the outside boards. Eichel, the righty, 2 goals in the postseason. Now from the right wing, Coghlan's shot was blocked. Trickles in behind the Carolina goal. Set up the boards, but mishandled momentarily by the Hurricanes. Up they go. It's an onside 2-on-2, but Ehlers peels away. Buying time for reinforcements. Dish goes right, missing Jarvis. Hanifin checks Jarvis off the puck, and it goes toward the corner. Looked like Eichel got a stick in the face, no call. Play continues. A Walker shot snatched up by Carter Hart. No rebound.
Jack looks over at the ref like, why not? And then the referee goes and says something to Svechnikov like, watch your stick. Well, no, call the penalty. Houghton almost had his third.
Howden does not have a hat trick in his career. As I mentioned, 5 multi-goal postseason games, but they've all been 2-goal performances. He had a couple of goals in round 1, game 4 in Salt Lake City.
Seeing a lot of Shea Theodore bouncing back and forth. He goes out for a shift with Lauzon, then he goes out for a shift with Coghlan. And then Anderson and Hanifin are playing a lot together.
Carolina wins the draw. Shot sucked in by Carter Hart on a distance try by defenseman Nikisha.
Shots are now 14-11 according to the score clock, and that goes up and down. But
this period, the Knights have 9 shots after 2 in the first. Carolina had 8 in the first, and that'll be their 6th here in this period. And a whistle at the draw.
And it's going to be a slashing. I think it's on Martinook. He broke Anderson's stick.
Carolina 48 minor penalty slashing. Anderson's stick lay in 2 pieces, and the Knights will be going to the power play now.
Vegas has got their power play's got straight. They have had they had 2 opportunities in game 1. Came up empty, and then 2 so far tonight, Dan.
Yeah, this will be the 3rd.
Yeah. They got a chance to put this game away.
Earlier in the contest, Jordan Stahl holding Dorothea late in the first. Knights did not score. Keandre Miller earlier this period, interfering with Brett Howden. Knights did not score. Now Jordan Martinook slashing Rasmus Anderson. Knights' 3rd power play of the game. Last game they were 0 for 3, but they had 3 high-danger chances, according to Natural Stat Trick. Knights in the conference final against Colorado, 2 for 11. Second round against the Ducks, 5 for 15. Opening round against Utah, 4 for 20. Add that all up. 11 for 52, including this power play right here. Here come the Hurricanes after a defensive zone face-off win. They get it all the way down. Carolina gave up 2 power play goals in conference final to Montreal, 3 in the second round, and 2 in the first round. Knights come in. Here's Eichel. Sends it around the boards. And one of the Carolina players' stick broke, trying to block that rim around by Eichel. Carolina gets the puck deep in its own zone. It does go all the way down on the clear. 5:30 to go in the second period. Knights leading 2-0 in game 2. Marner, the quick up, found Hurdle at the line. It came off the stick. Settles, feeds the slot right between Stone and Dorofeev. And it goes the other way for Carolina. Eichel is back to defend the shorthanded rush. Feed comes across, missed everybody. Off the near side wall, here comes Mark Stone. Stone delays at center, hands it off to Marner. 2-on-1 now developing on the left wing with Eichel, but Marner breaks. Knights set it up. Stone plays a rink wide right. Off the boards, Dorofeev. Whips it low. Now out to the left wing side. Marner for Eichel. To Marner again, straight on. Returns it left for Eichel. Penalty clock at 50 seconds. From the left corner, Stone. Eichel for Marner straight on. He looks. He creeps ahead down the slot. Couldn't get a shot away. Gorka Tomas Hurdle. Hurricanes get the puck. Now they go short-handed. Across the line goes Slavin. He dumps it in. 35 seconds left on the Knights' power play.
Well, Vegas needs to just shoot the puck a little bit, Dan.
Sure do.
Had some chances, some lanes. They're letting Perfect get in the way good.
Theodore coming out of his own zone. Second group has come on. Carlson ahead. Fires it off the right corner boards. Perfect pass to himself. He gets it in the left corner. But it's happened for Anderson. That didn't work. Carolina gets another clear off the bench side of the ice and all the way down. 10 seconds left on the Knights' power play. Their third of the game. And 6th of the series. Theodore finds Howden coming in. Howden to the outside right, Anderson. Turns it low. Right corner, Brett Howden. Penalty time is up. Knights are 0 for 3. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Knights leading 2-0. Hurdle trying to put it up the slot. Could not, and it goes the other way. And here come the Hurricanes. Pass from the right wing by Robinson. Goes behind the goal. Slavin brings it to no one. Vegas on it as Shea Theodore clears the zone. William Carlson defending the entry, and it is an offside play against Carolina. 3:36 to go in the second period. Knights leading 2-0. Brett Howden has both goals, his 12th and 13th of the playoffs. Marner assisted on the first one. Barbashev and Hanifin on the second one. And the Knights lead game 2 by a score of 2-0. With 3:36 to go in this middle period. Again, no Braden McNabb. He has gone to a local hospital after getting a puck in the face in the first period. We'll step aside. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com.
So, how can Enterprise pick Golden Knights fans up today? Well, say you want to take a playoff road trip. Enterprise has you covered. Or get a truck to haul your Golden Knights memorabilia to your new fan cave. Well, they do that too. Rent an exotic for a potential victory parade? Check. Well, what about buying any of the above? Yes, yes, and yes. Rent, buy, or share. Enterprise, official partner of the NHL, is the one place to go for every place life takes you.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Golden Knights lead the Hurricanes 2-0. 3:36 to go in the second period. Howden got one in the first, another one in the second. 13 in the playoffs. That ties the Golden Knights single postseason record. Jonathan Marchessault at 13 en route to the Stanley Cup Championship. in 2023. Howden did it in 4 fewer games. Knights get the puck in the neutral zone, and progress through center thwarted. They've got to go back to their own zone to get the puck. It'll go all the way down on the rim around. It's an icing against Vegas.
John Tortorella talked a lot about how important when Vegas was down 2-0 in game one, how important it was to get that first goal and make it 2-1 instead of letting Carolina get to 3. 2-0 is way different than 3-0. And obviously, 2-1 is a lot different than 3-0. So both teams desperate to get the next one, as they always are in every game.
Ozone draw for the Hurricanes. Down on the draw. Battle for it, bouncing around in the circle. Aho eventually possession. Shot attempt blocked. Hanif in the way. Down and lost his stick in the duel on the far side. Puck around to the right wing now. Marner to the line and a drive by Nikishin. Blocked. Rebound shot. Wide of the goal and off the backboards. Covered up. Carter Hart to his left. A little bit of shoving afterwards. Hanifin then swatted the stick out of a Hurricane's hand. And a little more testy now at this stage.
If you're Vegas, you got to be very careful here. You cannot pick up a roughing penalty. I know the Carolina's power play, it might be below 10% now with the futility they've had. I think they've looked good there. They haven't scored, but they've had good puck possession, had a couple of good chances.
Yeah, today it's looked better than it did in game one, for sure.
Yeah.
No penalties from that fracas. Again, Hanifin was checked by Sebastian Aho clearly after the whistle, not once but twice, and Hanifin eventually says, can't do that without something, so he swatted the stick, blade toward blade, down at their feet. Ozone draw for the Hurricanes. Carlson wins the defensive end draw for the Knights. Theodore looking for Marner flying the zone, but he was tied up in the neutral zone by Sean Walker. And the Hurricanes dump it back in. Remember, it was Walker who could not hold on to Brett Howden on that first Vegas goal. Marner with Howden approaching the Carolina line. Marner dumps it in left wing corner. Howden joined by Carlson. Marner comes over as well. Puck comes up the boards. Hurricanes get it. And out they go. 2:30 to go, second period. Knights lead 2-0, a goal in each period. Jeremy Lauzon, bucketless, heads to the bench. Puck ends up deep in the Knights zone. Marner steers it to the sidewall, hoping for Howden. Stankoven trying to knock it loose. Knights get it out of the zone. It goes off the sidewall. It's going to be an icing. Sort of a broken play there, so not a huge deal for the Knights. With 2 1/4 to go in the middle period.
Vegas forwards are working really hard, coming down low in the defensive zone right now. We like to call it Fast Eddie Felson time. It is more about what you leave than what you make. So they want to keep Carolina at 0 more than they want to get more offense.
Prudent hockey. Carlson on the D-zone drop, but Stahl wins it for Carolina. They go from high to low and then a rim around to the right point. Chatfield out to the left. Slavin send it to the corner. Carlson defends. Feed goes to the right point. Chatfield shoots, tipped in front, wide right. Taken by Noah Hanifin for Vegas. Hanifin lost it to Jarvis, low to high. Taken at the left point. Slavin returns it low. It hopped off the Carolina stick. Chatfield pinches in. Plays it behind the goal. 2 Knights defend there. Chatfield near the right goal line. Low to high. There's Nikolai Ehlers. Returns it right. Chatfield. He shoots. Knocked down in front. Rebound. Knocked out of the zone. It's going to go down for an icing. But Knights again will take that. No problem. With a minute 33 to go in the second period. And a 2-0 Vegas lead. Stick around for the intermission report. Nick Dowd will join us. We talked with Dylan Coughlin in the first intermission, Gary. Of course, himself, the former Carolina Hurricane. I'm not sure that anybody has more experience playing against the Hurricanes than Nick Dowd. He, of course, was with the Capitals the last 8 years. Each of the 8 years, Brindamore was the coach here. With, of course, Dowd being a Capital, playing against the Hurricanes in this division. Knights get a steal and a fortunate bounce off the linesman's skate. Marner skates it up to the blue and slides it in. Counterattack for the Hurricanes. Drop pass. Aho shoots. Blocked. Rebound comes near side, and Lauzon and Svechnikov into a shoving match side of the net. There's a try from the left point. That's blocked. Stick broke on the play. As the puck ends up into the protective netting behind Carter Hart. 1:08 to go, and now well after the whistle, Anderson got checked in the back by Svechnikov again. Svechnikov did everything he could to basically tie up Jeremy Lauzon, so Lauzon could not defend the transition opportunity.
Golden Knights, yeah, Svechnikov he's giving him a shove, and Carter Hart takes that one up off the mask, makes the save. The Golden Knights needed a change, and they didn't quite get it super deep. They got the change, but it allowed a little bit of a half a jailbreak for the Hurricanes. They came roaring back. 1:08 left in the second.
2-0 Golden Knights in game 2. And the fans here in Raleigh doing the best to gin up some momentum. Down wins the D-zone draw. Anderson played it up the boards, not out. Eichel forces it out. Eichel steps to the loose puck, rushes in. Right side, Eichel had to come off his stick. Carolina goes the other way, but flat-footed on their rush. 2-on-2 entry. Pass goes through the circle toward the net. Carter Hart pokes it away. Under a minute to go in the period. Final minute brought to you by Credit One. 1 to go. 2-0 Knights in game 2. Vegas goes in. Down checked against the near side glass. Separated from the puck by Walker. Carolina retrieves the puck in its own zone. Knights get fresh bodies on with now 30 seconds to play in the second period of game 2. Carolina comes out. Marner got tripped up and spun around. Carolina gains the line left wing. They dump it in. Down to 21 seconds. Knights get it in the near side corner. And if it lifts it out, glove down by Stone. Up to the blue. Stone then whacks it into the corner. 14 seconds to go in the period. Carlson and Stone to it behind. Stone trying to shake free. He does. Marner deep on the left with 7 seconds. Centering pass blocked. It goes behind. Down to 3 seconds. Carolina controls 2-1. That's all for the second period. The Knights extend the lead. 2-0 Vegas. Brett Howden with a pair. Howden at 13:33 of the first. Howden at 7:23 of the second. The only goals in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Howden's 12th and 13th of the postseason. Gary Howden is the 7th player in Stanley Cup playoffs history to exceed his regular season goal total with that year's playoff total. One player did it 3 times. Claude Lemieux in 86 with Montreal, the Devils in 95, and the Avalanche in 97. And now, Brett Howden, the 7th player in NHL history to have more goals in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. But of the previous occasions that it's happened, he's the only one who had 12 goals or more in the regular season. In other words, some of the other players, they missed parts of the regular season for whatever reason. Here it's Brett Howden playing mostly a full regular season, but now surpassing his goal total. An incredible run here for Brett Howden. His 5th multi-goal playoff game of his career.
Well, you mentioned earlier that the Hurricanes have not lost 2 in a row since January. This is the first time they've been scoreless through 2 periods in 49 games. That's a lot of hockey. That's going back to Christmas. So very similar number to what you just had. The Golden Knights are stymieing Carolina through the first 40 here. And Vegas won the shot clock, and it's just so much like game 1, except for the fact that Carter Hart has been perfect, and as a result in that first period where there was an opportunity for Carolina to get up 2-0 in game 1, didn't happen here. Brett Howden got the only one in the first and the only one in the second, and Vegas had a much better push in the second period. 20 to go in regulation here.
Golden Knights have a 2-0 lead after 2 periods of play. In this postseason, when they've had leads after 2 periods, they've gone on to win 8 out of 8 times. It's worth noting that on 2 of those 8 occasions, they blew the lead, came back and won in overtime. But statistically speaking, 8-0 when leading after 2 periods of play. We'll have Nick Dowd from the Knights dressing room momentarily, so stand by for Nick. As we mentioned, Dowd, an 8-year member of the Washington Capitals until coming to the Golden Knights at the trade deadline this year. And with all that time against the Carolina Hurricanes, Gary, I'm not sure that there's another player on the Golden Knights who has more experience playing against him, in particular playoff experience, because Washington did see Carolina a couple of times during the playoffs in his tenure there.
Yeah, John Tortorella has talked about seeing a ton of Carolina during all his time in the East, and Nick Dowd, you're right, would have lots of experience. And then, of course, you've got Hannafin and Coughlin, who played for the Hurricanes. They know how they play as well.
Indeed. Let's go downstairs now and welcome Nick Dowd to the broadcast. Hi, Nick, Dan, and Gary in the radio booth. Thanks very much for joining us. Overall, what do you make of how tonight's game has unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams are playing patient, good hockey, and I think it's been a little bit back and forth, although there hasn't been a lot of shots. But I think our team has to continue to be patient and be happy with advancing pucks.
That's patient is what we've been hearing from John Tortorella and really from all of you guys now with a 2-0 lead. I will imagine that's an opportunity to be even more patient and wait for them to make a mistake. Is that right, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to put it. Like, I think we're going to be able to get some offensive opportunities without taking too many risks. And I think that's the point, right? In playoff hockey, you got to be cautious, but you got to play aggressive. So, definitely got to continue to push.
Dylan Coughlin makes a massive play in the first to block shot, and then obviously Braden McNabb, and we're all concerned. We're hoping to hear good news on Braden, but you got guys selling out right now, and Carter's been very good as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's playoff hockey, right? This is it. This is what we all dream of as kids. This is the top of the mountain here, and guys are going to lay it all on the line, both teams. And like I said, we're just going to have to continue to push forward, have a lot of belief.
Nick, is there a benefit from having so much experience playing against the Hurricanes, including 13 games against them, some time with the Capitals, of course?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can use that as a positive for sure. But I think the rest of the group understands how we have to play against this team to be successful. And we're going to continue to try and do that.
Nick, thanks. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Nick Dowd from the Knights dressing room. Dowd coming over in the trade from the Capitals, of course, the deadline, and with the Golden Knights. Has produced 3 goals and 1 assist in the postseason, appearing in all 18 playoff games. He's never reached the Stanley Cup final until this year. However, Gary, a couple of visits to the Calder Cup final, including a Calder Cup championship a dozen years ago with the Kings organization, the Manchester Monarchs. Nick Dowd and Braden McNabb, of course, were teammates there and were Black Aces for the Kings en route to their 2014 Stanley Cup championship. Dowd joked McNabb was higher on the pecking order than I was. He had been around pro hockey longer, so McNabb stayed with the Kings through that entire postseason. Ron Dowd was part of it just in the beginning.
Well, those Calder Cups guys love winning them too. The Stanley Cup obviously is the ultimate, but if you can get a Calder Cup and you get a Memorial Cup, those are all trophies that players. You want to live wherever you're playing. You want to win, and the Calder Cup is an old historic trophy, and a lot of great players have had a chance to drink a little champagne out of it.
Yeah, go back to 1937. Sure, the Stanley Cup is over 100 years old, but the Calder Cup almost as old. Going back to 1937, the first ever champions in the American Hockey League, the Syracuse Stars. They didn't even get the Calder Cup. There was no cup yet. They called them Calder Cup champions, but in 37, the Stars didn't get to lift that trophy. Decades later, new incarnation of the American League's Syracuse Crunch invited surviving members of the Stars back so they could, for the first time, truly lift that Calder Cup they had won all the way back in 1937. Here in 2026, Vegas Golden Knights lead the Stanley Cup Final 1-0. And here in Game 2, leading 2-0 against the Hurricanes, headed to the second intermission. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The world's greatest coverage.
Taves 3-on-1. Taves, Lee, score! Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom to you. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Remo, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans, hockey is back and the RTC Game Day Express is your road to victory this season. For just $4 round trip, get a direct, fast, and easy ride to T-Mobile Arena from 6 convenient locations around the valley. Break away from traffic hassles and leave the driving to us. Visit rtcsnv.com/Game Day Express for details. Don't forget to follow us on social media, RTC SNV, for your chance to win tickets to VGK home games.
Being diagnosed with cancer was the hardest thing I've ever faced. Funny how when I got the news, it was life's simple things that mattered most, like nights out with the kids. As a candidate for a new clinical trial right here in Vegas, I've been able to spend more time with them, making memories, and never missing a family night out.
Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Here where you need us.
Every day, we wake up to endless possibilities. And for almost 100 years, Southwest Gas has been there, helping build the kinds of relationships that turn neighborhoods into communities, houses into homes, and big dreams into reality. We're fueling everyday life with energy service that's reliable, affordable, and most importantly, safe. Because at Southwest Gas, we're not just delivering energy service, we're fueling the moments that matter most.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson. If you've been hurt, Knock me is the word, call 702
For Han Nakfi with Nakfi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
One period left in regulation. Let's go to Ryan Wallace with the intermission report on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
The time has come to secure full season memberships for the 26-27 season and be at T-Mobile Arena for all the action with the Golden Knights. Full season memberships begin at just $50 per game and offer significant savings compared to single game prices. Visit VegasGoldenKnights.com for more information on how to become a full season member. The intermission report, the Golden Knights up 2-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes after 2 periods of play here in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Take a look at the highlights in that second period. The Golden Knights extended their lead 7 minutes in when Brett Howden barreled down the slot and beat Freddie Anderson for his second goal of the game.
Knights with all sorts of pressure can't score. Now Howden charging right to the goal. He shoots and he scores! What a maneuver! Brett Howden with his second of the game, and it's 2-0.
Brett Howden from Ivan Barbashev and Noah Hannafin, 7:23 of the second period, made it 2-0 Vegas, and that's where we stand after 2 periods of play. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
When it comes to luxury, no one does it better than Findlay Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall. From the exceptional crossover XT Ford to the superb CT sedan and Escalade, the highest standards in automotive craftsmanship are found at Findlay Cadillac. To place your order, visit our award-winning showroom and choose from our full inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles that are available for immediate delivery. Or visit us online at FindlayCadillac.com to place your reservation. If you're thinking Cadillac, think Findlay Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall.
Boomer Sportsbook is the place to bet the Stanley Cup Final with the power play of new promotions. Score bonus bets with Captain Clutch, Shutout Insurance, Misfits Markets, and the popular Vegas First Period bonus is back, but better. Just bet $20 or more on the Vegas money line, and if Vegas scores in the first period of that game, you'll get $10 in bonus bets. And now, if one of the Misfits scores in the game, you'll get $10 more in bonus bets. Download the Boomers app and activate it in 2 minutes at any Boomer Sportsbook in Nevada. Must be 21 or older. Terms and conditions available at betwithboomer.com. Please bet responsibly.
There's a difference you can feel when you step into the showroom at Findlay Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful, built to last, and our certified pre-owned inventory is one of the largest in the country. But the difference is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of our attention, everybody wins. It may not be what you're used to, but we think it should be. Welcome to the difference at Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
If you're considering purchasing a new or used Honda or need to service your current vehicle, go to the Name Las Vegas Trust for exceptional sales, service, and parts. Finley. Whether you're up north, down south, or somewhere in between, you're always just 15 minutes away from a Finley Honda store. Each location has friendly and knowledgeable sales and service professionals. So give us a call or stop in anytime. Finley Honda's been Centennial Hills and Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall. The difference is in the name.
Back to Ryan Wallace for his Stanley Cup Final intermission report.
You've spoken. The Golden Knights listen. The new VGK Locals menu is available at all the team's home games through the postseason. The menu features hot dogs, nachos, water, fountain soda, pretzels, and popcorn for just $5.50 each. Season ticket members also receive an additional 10% off on all concessions, including the VGK Locals menu. Go Knights, go. Intermission report, the Golden Knights up 2-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes after 2 periods play here in game number 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Much better period there for the Golden Knights offensively in the second, right? They were able to capitalize on some of the mistakes that Carolina is going to make because they are pressing for offense. For Vegas, it's all about taking care of the middle of the ice. If they do that in the defensive zone, there will be offensive chances on the other side of it. They just have to remain patient. Third period actions coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
What do you think makes the perfect snack?
It's gotta be when I'm really craving it and it's convenient.
Could you be more specific?
When it's convenient.
Okay.
Like a freshly baked cookie made with real butter, available right down the street at AM/PM, or a savory breakfast sandwich I can grab in just a second at AM/PM.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Well, yeah, we're talking about what I crave.
Which is anything from AM/PM.
What more could you want?
Stop by AM/PM where the snacks and drinks are perfectly craveable and convenient. That's Cravenience. AM/PM, too much good stuff.
Since 1981, we've been raising every glass, serving on Nevada, making good times last. From wine to whiskey, beer and more. Find your favorites at every store. Please discount liquor, Nevada's place to go. Biggest selection, prices you love. 23 stores across the Silver State. Serving Nevada since 1981. Please discount liquor, where Nevada celebrates.
The legendary El Cortez Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas's original downtown hotspot since 1941. Play the slots, hit the tables, sip on classic cocktails, and enjoy hospitality the old school way. Experience the perfect mix of vintage Vegas charm and modern excitement that can't be found anywhere else. Whether you're here to stay, play, or dine, the good old days of Las Vegas are alive and well at El Cortez Hotel and Casino.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
I am at ringside at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Greetings, everybody, from the Triangle. Knights playing Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final, their third Stanley Cup Final appearance in 9 seasons. Carolina Hurricanes making their third appearance as well, but not since they won it in 06 have they been to the Stanley Cup Final. They lost in 02, having relocated here from Hartford in 1997. Knights lead the series 1-0. They lead the game 2-0 as we go to the third. Inside the radio booth, Dan Duva with Golden Knights insider Gary Lawless. Gary is brought to us by Findlay Honda of Henderson.
Findlay Honda of Henderson, they are a fantastic car dealership, a flagship Honda dealership, and the Lawless family dealership, and this third period's Honda dealership. Findlay Honda of Henderson.
Brett Howden has 2 goals today, 13 in the playoffs, leading all players and leading his regular season output of 12. Knights retrieve the puck in their own zone. Jack Eichel uses the left boards to get it in, but it is an icing against Vegas. Knights have lost Braden McNabb for the game. Got a shot in the face in the first period. Ehlers shot it. Would have gone high. McNabb took it right in the face. Looked like at his nose and maybe the visor, maybe both. Looked like Robinson had checked McNabb from behind at the same instance as the puck hit him, so he couldn't duck or move. He could see his eyes growing huge like beach balls with the puck coming right at him. And he really couldn't do anything to protect himself. So McNabb went down and then exited under his own power. It's been reported by Danny Webster and others that he has gone to a local hospital. If we have any more information, we will pass it along. But, again, no Braden McNabb, it appears, for the rest of this game. If you have to leave the arena to go to the hospital, it's, I'd say, extremely doubtful he'd return to the lineup. From the left circle draw, Hurricanes lose this one, and the Knights get out. No icing on the dump in. Comes near the netminder Anderson. He gloves it and holds it. Freddie Anderson has started and completed each of the first 14 games for the Hurricanes this playoff. 1 loss in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final, and then a loss against the Knights in Game 1 just a couple of days ago. Brandon Bussey did a lot more winning in the regular season than did Freddie Anderson. Freddie was 16, 14, and 5. Bussey, the rookie, 31, 6, and 2. But Bussey has not played since April 14th. Veteran Freddie Anderson, 36-year-old from Denmark, has had all the work here in the playoffs. It's his 100th career playoff game. Knights lose the ozone draw. Carolina clears. Knights send it right back in. Opening 30 seconds of the third period of the second game of the Stanley Cup Final. Hurricanes fly ahead. Stankoven. He shoots. Turned aside by Hart. Lozon challenging the shooter. Stankoven has played playoff games against the Knights as a Dallas Star. Marner works ahead, back and forth with Carlson to reach the neutral zone. Marner tried to flip it ahead. Cut down by Stankoven at his own blue. 23-year-old Stankoven, second-round pick in 2021. Played for Kamloops in the WHL. Teammate of Dylan Ferguson's there. Right to left, here comes Jalen Chatfield. Dumps it in. All the way around it goes near side Dylan Conklin. The former Hurricane reverses the rim. It goes all the way out to center. Hurricanes take it back near their own blue. 2-0 Knights. Opening 2 minutes, third period. Sissons finds a loose puck in front of the Carolina bench and dumps it in. Sissons joined by Stone. Quick retrieval by the Canes. Martin plays a rink wide left, cut off there by Conklin, and he dumps it in. Again, Conklin getting more minutes today than he might have expected coming in. That's because of the injury to McNabb. Here's an icing against Carolina. Again, Dylan Conklin came up with the Golden Knights. Traded here as part of the salary cap dump. Max Pacioretty's deal too big. Hurricanes took it on. They wanted something for it. And Dylan Conklin was that piece. Didn't play much here. Then a year with Winnipeg. 3 years away from the Golden Knights organization. Now he's back, mostly in Henderson. And now Dylan Conklin is a regular in the top 6. Even with everyone healthy, Dylan Conklin is in the lineup and making a big-time impact for the Golden Knights. Not only 3 points in the postseason, 1 goal, 2 assists, but Gary, some stellar defensive work too.
Absolutely. Rod Brind'Amour's made an adjustment. He's moved Martin up with Svechnikov and Aho.
Knights win the draw on the right side. Anderson fakes the shot. Somebody lost a stick on the play. Anderson back to the right. Cole Smith left and a shot. Knocked down in front. And the Hurricanes can't clear the rebound. Stickless player is Svechnikov. Centering pass. Kolasar tore it down. Cole Smith in the crease. Now he's trying to get out of there. He doesn't have the stick. Lands a check on Chatfield. Hurricanes do clear, but it's going to be an icing. And there's the whistle. And Gary, once again, the Golden Knights with their fourth line, applying some pressure here. A couple of dangerous chances there. That was nearly a third Vegas goal.
And Rasmus Anderson really aggressive here. It makes a great play down the right side and flings the puck out into the middle of the ice. Dowd and Smith battling to try and knock it behind Freddie Anderson.
Face off on the right for the Knights. Eichel's line has come on. They win it. Dorothea diagonally left. Theodore a drive. That's blocked wide. Goes in behind to the right corner. Eichel tried to break and was checked from behind. Barbashev picks up the puck. Barbashev forced out to the neutral zone, but the Knights retain possession. Coughlin with Theodore inside their own blue. Coughlin forward to Jack Eichel. He dumps it in toward the left corner. Anderson sticks it toward a teammate. Carolina trouble with the puck. Dorothea with pressure. Canes do clear the zone. Svechnikov tried to dish it right. Dorothea knocked it away from Jarvish. Stall on it, and he dumps it into the right corner. He's outnumbered deep in the Vegas zone. Knights send it back out. Carolina takes it at center. Opening 3 minutes, third period, game 2. Knights lead it 2-0 in the Stanley Cup final, trying to take a 2-0 series lead. Coughlin knifed down the dump in. Second dump in for the Canes does work. Knights retrieve it, and there's still a broken stick deep in the Knights zone. Anderson's rim around hit it. Vegas gets the puck. Howden finds Anderson. Weaves in with Carlson and Marner. Marner straight on. Checked from behind by Ehlers. Bumped him on the top of the head. Puck at the right point now. William Carlson down the boards to Marner. Came off the stick, but right to Carlson. Marner again. Right circle. Weaving near the right dot. Stick checked by Jarvis from behind. Marner still with it now in the right corner. Voters behind the goal. Emerging on the left wing side to Carlson. Turns, he shoots. Kick save. Rebound Ehlers. Using the far boards, clears the zone for Carolina. Bouncer near the Vegas line. Hannafin jabs it the other way. Both sides change personnel. Right to left. Gostisbehere finds Stankoven. Floats it toward the slot. Gloved away by Theodore. Hurricanes get it on the near side left wing. Taylor Hall lost it. Several Knights reaching in. Tomas Hertl and Mark Stone for the Knights. Stone taps it out to center. Toward the Carolina bench. Sissons in pursuit. Nikishin as well. Carolina defenseman gets control and banks it back behind his own goal. Gostisbehere from the near side of his own zone lofts it out. Hurricanes going right to left here in the third period, trailing 2-0. Knights in white, Hurricanes in black. Theodore using the near side wall, got it to Stone. He banked it off the boards, too much on it. Icing against Stone and the Knights.
Took a funny spin right off of Mark's stick and shot down the ice. He thought it would go a little softer than that. And almost 5 minutes, well, just over 4 minutes expired here in the third period. And Vegas is clawing back on the shot clock. It's now 15-14. So much was made in the last round of Montreal, not able to get many shots. Well, Vegas hasn't had a ton of shots in these first 2 games either, but neither has Carolina.
From the faceoff, a shot save. Carter Hart flashes his right pad out. Stop Robinson. Robinson from the trapezoid trying to walk out in front, but his attempt was blocked behind the goal. Out to the right point, Chatfield. Rims it counterclockwise. Comes to the left half wall. Slavin reverses the rim. Hertl in pursuit. Collides with Chatfield. Puck held in on the right point by Jankowski. Now Chatfield rims it around again. Left half wall. Slavin. Left point, Jankowski. Zips it rink wide. Chatfield's try blocked by a sliding Sissons. Stone on the puck. Sends it out to the neutral zone. It'll roll back to the Carolina line, and the Knights can change players. 5 minutes gone, 15 to go. We got a whistle for a hand pass against Carolina, and it was inside their own blue. Knights are going to get an offensive zone faceoff there.
Slavin, that was weird. He let that puck come back into his own zone before he touched it. I'm not sure why he did it that way. And Vegas gets an offensive zone draw, and they get to change skaters.
Jacob Slavin, a 2-time Lady Bing winner, 2021 and 2024. Played 2 years at Colorado College, 2013 to 2015. From Denver, Colorado. And, of course, a gold medalist with Team USA this year. Teammates with Noah Hannafin and Jack Eichel. Ozone draw for the Knights following that hand pass against Carolina. Dowd takes it Got it to the sidewall. It bounces around. Svechnikov steers it out. Martinook in front of his bench wipes out, reaching for the puck. Dowd trying to push it in alongside Cole Smith. We couldn't get it all the way in. Carolina the quick up to Martinook. Got by him. Hanifin going deep into his own zone. Forward to Dowd. Breaks and using the sidewall. Banks it out through center. Hurricanes get it again from the logo. Martinook steps into the zone left wing near side. Pass down toward the corner. Knights get it. Hanifin with Dowd. Hanifin checked along the boards. Still battling for the puck on the left wing for Carolina. Martinook trying to get control for Carolina in the corner. Still battling. These board battles are something, and the Knights are winning most of them. Here they get the puck again. Polisar floats it through center off the boards. Not enough for icing, and that group will change. Cole Smith now heads off to complete the change. And the line change brought to you by William Hill. 2-0 Knights. 14 minutes to go in the third period of Game 2. Knights lead the series 1-0. Hurricanes dump it in and trying to go in on the forecheck and get possession back. It's out to the line and a shot. Glove. Carter Hart reached way over his head. Looked like an outfielder trying to grab that one on the run before it went into foul territory, but he does get the whistle securing it for the out.
I think they're going to call that a shot on goal, which is okay.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We have a timeout. 13:48 to go in the third period of play. Golden Knights lead at 2-0. Brett Howden's 12th and 13th of the playoffs after he had 12 the entire regular season. He's the first player in Stanley Cup playoff history to have 12 goals in the regular season and then have more goals in the playoffs. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
It's game night at Raising Cane's. And we're serving the realm with a feast of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy, crinkle-cut fries, garlicky, buttered Texas toast, and cane sauce. Skate in before the puck drops or after the game stops. It's always nighttime at Cane's. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go, Knights, go.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixins. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's margarita is on us. Celebrate 9 seasons of Vegas-born greatness with Nacho Daddy. Never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, shiatsu, bottle service, yeah, hit me, shop till you drop, and then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Golden Knights still in the lead, 2-0. Howden in the first, Howden in the second. And the Knights up to 15 shots, Carolina at 16. Both Howden goals at even strength. Carolina ozone draw. They control the faceoff. Wheeler's rims it behind. He had a 2-goal game 1. Rim around right. They reverse the rim left. Wheeler's on the near board. Snaps it along for Stahl. Veteran had a goal in game 1 as well. His first goal in the Stanley Cup final since 2009. Knights get it. Here's Eichel rushing right wing side. He breaks. Check from behind. Loses the puck. And Carolina goes the other way. Dump in goes over Carter Hart's net. Theodore back to retrieve. Using the boards, he clears the zone. It got tipped, so no icing. Knights begin to change personnel. Conklin and Theodore stay on as the defensemen. William Karlsson and Brett Howden have come on. Dorofeev on the forecheck against Keandre Miller. And now Dorofeev says, time for me to complete the change. Marner replaces him. 7 minutes gone, 13 minutes to go. Third period, game 2. Knights lead 2-0. There's a lead pass toward Brett Howden, but at the line, it bounces to him. Drop pass and a shot. That one is deflected away. It hit the crossbar, went up and over the protective netting as Howden looked like he was in position for his third of the game, but he made a drop pass to Marner, and it deflects way up into the air and out of play.
Now Marner gets the shot off. and it hits a couple of Hurricanes, but then the crossbar, and then Mitch got, I think he got whacked a little bit after the play, and no, I don't think so. He didn't get whacked.
Yeah, he sort of fell on top of
Chatfield.
the guy who was blocking it. Chatfield, first to face-off win for the Knights. Conlon shoots it wide. Goes off the backboards, off the back of the goal. Howden trying to get there, but Chatfield bodied him. Carolina clears the zone. So, as Gary said, the puck does hit the crossbar on the shot from Marner. I wonder if it grazes Chatfield and then hits the crossbar. If it does, it's very slightly. But Chatfield essentially selling out to try to block the shot. Looked like it may have grazed him and then grazes the top of the crossbar, goes straight up over the protective netting and into the crowd. Action is resumed with Carolina getting it in, but puck comes right back out to center. 8 minutes gone in the first period, 12 minutes to, not the first period, in the third period, folks. 8 minutes gone, 12 minutes to go in the third. Knights leading it 2-0. Carolina gets a neutral zone takeaway. In goes Aho, curls to the outside left. Aho looking, hands it backward. Gostisbehere to the middle, and a shot attempt blocked. Nikishin, the defenseman, let that one go. Knights clear the zone. Rattles through center. Hurdle in pursuit. Nikishin weaves back to get control. Gets some space. Sisson's fronting the breakout. Pass goes to Gostisbehere. For the right side of center, he clanks it in. Around it goes, and a bouncer got away from Theodore, and a shot. Kick save! Martinook let that one go from the left circle, and Carter Hart got it with his left skate. Puck comes up to the Carolina line. Colasar deflects it in. Nikishin back. Brings it behind his own goal. Cole Smith aggressive on the forecheck. Carolina coming right to left. Nikishin's breakout pass off a stick. Knights get it in the neutral zone. Back inside his own line, Nick Dowd got it to the safety of Theodore in front of his own goal. Forward to Colasar, backhands it opposite corner, away from the benches, down into the right wing side. Carolina heading back to retrieve. 9 minutes gone, 11 minutes to go, third period, game 2. Knights lead it 2-0. Hurricanes dump it in. Counterclockwise around to the near boards all the way to the point. Miller shoots, tipped on, save. Rebound out of the reach of Seth Jarvis in the right circle. No opportunity for a quick putback. Centering pass out of the left corner, got knocked away. Jarvis again, rink wide left for Ehlers. Threw it across, just missed the right post. Off the right corner, boards it out to the line. Held in. Pass goes hard left Miller. Back to the point for a shot by Ehlers. Stopped, and a rebound goes through the net mouth. And another shot blocked. Coughlin saves the goal. Then Stahl and Hart have contact in front. Ehlers keeps it in the zone for Keandre Miller. Brings it down low. Coughlin with Hannafin. Hannafin using the far boards. The Knights get it out of the zone. They hear the crowd cheering because they like the effort from the Hurricanes, but you might think that the cheering would be for the Knights' effort in their defensive zone, doing what they've done to keep the Carolina chances along the perimeter, and a couple of big stops there from Carter Hart.
Well, big push from Carolina. 4 shots on goal throughout that flurry right there, and Dylan Coughlin, for the second time in this game, has stopped the shot from going in. Another blocked shot by Coughlin that was labeled to go into the net. He makes a save.
Statistically, he won't get credit for a save, sadly. But a block shot, indeed. 10:07 to go in the third. Knights lead it 2-0. Ozone draw for the Hurricanes after the icing. Knights get Eichel, Barbashev, Hannafin, Coughlin, and Dorothea on the ice. Puck is around to the near side left. Slavin whips it back down low. Coughlin gets in the way of one attacker's path. Puck is set out of play. It ends up by the Carolina bench. So an ozone draw coming for the Hurricanes. But first, there will be immediate timeout. 9:48 to go in the third period of game 2. Knights in the lead 2-0. Howden from Marner in the first. Howden from Barbashev and Hannafin in the second. We'll be right back. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you. But we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
Your Vegas Golden Knights try to elevate hockey to an art form. Similarly, the team at Toshiba America Business Solutions empowers the art of business with award-winning copiers, printers, document management solutions, and digital signage that help you engage and delight your customers. As an official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights, Toshiba America Business Solutions works overtime to make you and your documents look good. And with the best service in town, you'll never find your business in the penalty box. Look for us at business.toshiba.com. Toshiba, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com.
Let's get back to Dan Duva and Gary Lawless for more Stanley Cup Finals action.
Halfway through the third period in Game 2, Knights lead at 2-0. 9:48 left in regulation. Knights looking to take a 2-0 series lead, just as they had against the Western Conference champions, Colorado Avalanche. Now can they do it against the Eastern Conference champions, the Carolina Hurricanes? Colorado number 1 in the West, Carolina number 1 in the East, and second only to the Avalanche across the league standings. Knights win a D-zone draw. Anderson and Lauzon, the defense. Stankoven a steal. He scores! A wraparound backhander for Stankoven. And it's a one-goal game with 9:40 to go in the third period. Knights had won a defensive zone draw. Anderson was in the corner. Stankoven picked his pocket and quickly darted to the opposite post. And the diminutive forward tucks it in. Carter Hart trying to shift back to his left side. And I still am not sure exactly how it got through Carter Hart. He just looked over his shoulder, saw it was in the goal. Stankoven threw his body into Anderson and then separated it. And Gary getting the second look. It looked like
goes off of Lauzon's stick.
Or
skate, somewhere. It goes off Lauzon. Yeah.
It comes up off of Lauzon and goes in the back door. So it was not a tight tuck at the right post. Instead, it was an airborne waffler trying to center and hope it would go off something, and it did. It went off of Jeremy Lauzon and into the goal. So Stankoven was trying to backhand it straight in, but it rolled up into the air off of his backhand. So he couldn't say that he did that intentionally, but it is effective, and it's a one-goal game.
Anderson needs to move that puck, and John Tortorella, they just showed him going down and saying something to him.
Knights trying to get the puck in their own zone. Carter Hart side of his net, sticks it to the corner. Vegas looking to retrieve the puck. They do get a clear. It'll make it the length of the ice. And be an icing with 9:16 to go in the third period.
Big push from the Hurricanes right now. The Golden Knights need to get their legs back underneath them and start moving the other way. The language on the bench is really good right now. Well, guys are patting one another in the back and speaking to one another in a positive way. So, see if Vegas can handle this.
Anderson makes a mistake and the Hurricanes capitalize. Far fewer mistakes either way here in this game, too, after plenty of mistakes on both sides in game 1. Knights emerge to center. Marner rolls it in left corner. Now he gives Chase a look out. He got tripped up in his pursuit of the puck and crashes into the boards. William Carrier, I think, was the player. Was it Walker? Now at the other end, it's a centering pass. Untouched right through the blue ice. Miller a shot attempt that's blocked. Miller again throws it right. Back to the left. Aho reels it in off the left boards. Keeps it in the zone. Sends it back and forth with Miller on the left wing side. Miller again, left half wall. Threw it in front. Knocked down. Swing and a miss on a loose puck. Stone on it. Stone works to center. Chips it off the right boards and in. Stone continues pressure on Miller with 8:25 to go in the third period. 2-1 Golden Knights. Vegas on the forecheck. Sissons, Stone, and Hurdle. Carolina coming out right to left. Lead pass goes near side. And there's Jarvis. Theodore checks him to the boards. Tomas Hurdle joins in. Eric Stahl trying to fish it out of the corner. Bouncer ends up on the far boards. Carolina got it. Sissons, though, nudged the puck out to the neutral zone. Sissons heads off. Carolina trying to work back in. Theodore, the inside track. Lozon knocked the puck away from him, though. It went to the sidewall. Stone there. Plays it across and out to the neutral zone. Hurricanes back inside their own end. Down coming up on the forecheck. Knights changing other personnel. Theodore going off. Hannafin has come on, joining Dylan Conklin. Down, and Kolasar continue the forecheck. Down knocks down a pass. He's in the right corner with the puck, trying to kill some clock in the O-zone. Carolina gets it to clear. This is going to be an icing. Hannafin speeding, and he wins the race. Turning on the afterburners just before Eric Robinson got there. And an O-zone draw coming for the Knights with 7:27 to go in the third period. Knights leading it 2-1. The goal for Logan Stankoven, an unassisted goal at 10:20 of the third period. His 10th of the playoffs, and now 13 points for Stankoven.
The Golden Knights got half of a shift win from the Stone line, and then the fourth line comes on. They win a shift, keep the puck in the offensive zone. Now here comes the Eichel group for the O-zone draw.
Eichel wins the draw. Back for Anderson. Fakes the shot and was bumped by his teammate Anderson. Puck comes near the goal. Hurricanes get it. Airborne clear. Carrier trying to glove it, but it comes to Ehlers. He shoots. He scores. Tie game 2-2. It was Jankowski. The rip it just under the crossbar. And the Hurricanes have erased the Knights' 2-goal lead. Mark Jankowski's first goal in the playoffs and just the second of a Stanley Cup playoffs career. It looked like a good start to the play for the Knights. But a broken play at the Vegas line leads to the shot for Jankowski. And he makes it a 2-2 tie. William Carrier. There's some, they might call a hand pass. I think that's what they're looking for. Because Carrier reaches down to play the puck with his glove. The trouble is, I think it then goes off the Golden Knight, which would negate the hand pass.
There's no challenge coming.
No. It's a weird one. Yep. A play that you could never recreate if you tried, but it is effective, and it's a 2-2 game. So the Knights, who led 2-0 from 7:23 of the second period until now. 2 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 26 seconds for Carolina. Hurricanes get it at neutral ice and dump it in. It's Jankowski from Carrier and Robinson to make it 2-2. Knights get the puck inside their own blue. Quick up goes to Marner. Turns in. Marner joined by William Karlsson. Marner has to rim it behind. Hurricanes can't get it. Karlsson tried to center, but it tumbled by Hurdle and goes out to center. Theodore with Conklin at their own blue. Forward pass goes to Tomas Hurdle, the Game 1 hero. He's separated from the puck by Keandre Miller. And here come the Hurricanes right to left through center. On the entry, thwarted. It's an offside play. Carolina loses control of the puck. Anderson in his own zone with Hannafin. Banks it up the far side. Hurdle can't dump it in. Svechnikov trying to go the other way. Puck ends up out of play at the Knights bench. And that stops action. 6:12 to go in the third period. And I should point out at this juncture that the Carolina Hurricanes in game 2s this postseason are 3-0. And all of those wins came by 3-2 scores in overtime. FYI. 6:12 to go in the third period here. 2-2 game.
And just a Herculean effort by Will Carrier to not go offside and to keep that puck alive and get it to Jankowski, who just ripped it by Carter Hart.
Yeah, he didn't get it to Jankowski. He's reaching down with his gloves, and a deflection goes to Jankowski. Now Cole Smith comes in. He shoots. Save Anderson. Now the Hurricanes break out the other way 2-on-2. Robinson pushes it down the boards. Hannafin knocks it away. Down gets it for the Knights. Using the sidewall, he gets it out through center. Now the chant is for Freddie Anderson. The Hurricanes have not lost consecutive games since January. Here they are offside. Knights, of course, have led 8 times going to the third period prior to today, winning all 8 of those games. But on 2 of the 8 occasions, they coughed up the lead, only to go on and win eventually in overtime. Here it's a 2-2 tie with 5:46 to go in the third period. Again, in the third frame, Stankoven unassisted. Then Jankowski from Carrier and Robinson. Goals separated by 2 minutes and 26 seconds. 2-2 tie in Game 2. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Welcome to Win City, where a hat trick means more than just 3 goals in a hockey game. It's also when you reach 3 goals in life. You make the perfect souffle. You graduate with that diploma. You land your dream job.
Oh, what a hat trick! What a play!
Another great play is scoring the official credit card of the Vegas Golden Knights with exclusive perks and benefits for VGK fans. See if you pre-qualify at creditonebank.com. Terms apply. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Hey, Golden Knights fans, when we win, you win. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Golden Knights win a preseason, regular season, or playoff game. This Win for Wings promotion is valid for 2 days after each qualifying game at all beat-up sports bar locations throughout the Vegas area. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including some of the best happy hour and late-night prices Vegas has to offer throughout hockey season at your local Buffalo Wild Wings, a proud partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Hey, Vegas. Hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixins. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket, and your first Daddy's Margarita is on us. Celebrate 9 seasons of Vegas-born greatness with Nacho Daddy. Never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly. Back to the Stanley Cup playoffs with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
2-2 tie with 5:46 to go in the third period. Game 2. Knights looking to take a 2-0 series lead. They had a 2-goal lead in this game, but the Hurricanes have come from behind to tie things up. Knights have their fourth line on the ice. Dowd, Smith, and Kolasar. Knights get the puck. Dumpin gets tipped on goal from long distance. Anderson sticks it away. The defense currently Coughlin and Hannafin. No McNabb because he got a shot in the face in the first period. He's gone to a local hospital and obviously not able to return to play. Hurricanes dump it in. That's an icing against Carolina. 5:17 to go in the third period. Someone will be a hero today. We just don't know who it'll be. Last game, Tomas Hertl scored the game winner at 16:36 of the third period. So just about 3.5 minutes remaining in the third period of game 1. Here you've got just over 5 minutes remaining in game 2, at least remaining in regulation. Low zone draw coming up for the Knights. Eichel, Barbashev, Dorothea, plus Theodore and Lozon. Eichel got the draw, but it bounced away from his teammates, and Jankowski clears it out. Carolina makes a quick change. Forward pass by the Knights, missing Bar. Oh, he steals it, he shoots! Save! Barbashev, a wraparound. 2 tries, 3 tries. Where's the puck? It is stopped. Referee says it's not in the goal. Ivan Barbashev in the crease. He had a couple of cracks on it. Freddie Anderson was down and out, it appeared, but somehow, despite being in a prone position, prevented Barbashev from scoring. Barbashev is shaking his head, saying that the puck might have been in the goal. Referee emphatic in saying no, it was not. And we'll see if there is any sort of review. The Knights bench, Mark Stone, who would have gotten word from the video folks that it was across the line.
It's definitely in the net.
Again, the point from the officials would be we intended to stop the play. So the puck can go in. Anderson is on his belly, and he tries to secure the puck, bringing his arm into his face with the puck presumably underneath it. It does squirt not out in front of him, but kind of through him. So it basically slid underneath his torso and went into the goal. So it definitely does go in. But again, the officials would tell you that they intended to stop the play earlier, and that's why it was waved off. So Barbashev, a couple of cracks. He could not play it in cleanly. There was just a pileup of players. You see a wide open goal. When you've got the puck behind the net, you're trying to think, what do I do to try to get there? Anderson on his belly makes a stick save. There's still a loose puck. Barbashev makes another play on it. And that's the one that disappears down and underneath Freddie Anderson.
So Tortorella has Garrett Rank at the bench. Tortorella is watching the video screen on the bench, talking to him. Now, Garrett Rank has come over. What's he going to say?
Vegas is using their coach's challenge to determine if there was no goaltender interference.
No goaltender interference brings a new element to the equation. So, if the goal was waved off initially because of goaltender interference, that's a separate matter altogether.
Yeah.
It does not appear as if Anderson was interfered with. He's just on his belly.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that there was goaltender interference. Now, if the officials, again, our initial thought was you stop play because you think the puck is secure. It doesn't appear as though Freddie Anderson was interfered with.
Yeah, his own player jumped on him.
Yeah, he falls over on his side. I mean, he's not interfered with by any goal tonight. So if the call was no goal because of goaltender interference, this is an excellent challenge by the Golden Knights. Our initial suspicion was that it was no goal because the referee loses sight of the puck and calls the play dead. That would make sense. But if they said, no, he was interfered with, that's a totally different ballgame. And Gary, it does not appear like he was interfered with at all.
Not at all. The Golden Knights think this is a goal. And
I should add, Gary, it looks like, again, when the puck is propelled across the line, that it's Dorofeev who might have reached underneath Anderson to poke it in. Anderson didn't interfere with Anderson at that point. Dorofeev is standing in the crease. Anderson is already on his belly. So
this will be fascinating. If this is, like, the referees don't do a great job explaining what's happening. If this was a no goal due to goaltender interference, we haven't seen any goaltender interference. And there's a real good chance this is going to be 3-2 if that's the case. Here we go. The referees are coming out. Let's hear what they say.
After review the call on the ice stands, we got no goal.
Yeah. So again, we're left just wondering here because there was no goaltender interference at all.
No.
But they introduced the term goaltender interference to the conversation. Frankly, it should not be a goal because the referee lost sight of the puck. It was under Anderson. How goaltender interference came into the equation, I have no idea. They never explained it. Barbashev makes a wraparound. Anderson is already on his belly. Dorofeev joins the skirmish. The puck is underneath Anderson at that point. There's no goaltender interference at all. And we would not have brought it up as goaltender interference other than that's what the referee said, and that's what the Golden Knights challenged for. So very curious, and we really wish we had more of an explanation as to what the officials said to John Tortorella and vice versa. In any case, now Carolina has a power play because of a failed challenge. Again, the call on the ice was no goal. Knights challenged to say that there was no goaltender interference, which tells you that that was the referee's explanation to Tortorella. No goal because of goaltender interference. Face-off win for Carolina. And then they just said no goal. The call on the ice stands without explaining why. Hurricanes looking to take their first lead of Game 2. In the high slot down to the left. Remember, the Knights without McNabb injured in this game. Here's Gostisbehere straight up. Cross to the right. Down, reaching in. Saucer pass got to Gostisbehere. He shoots and scores! Gostisbehere, power play goal. And Carolina takes a 3-2 lead with 4:35 to go in the third. The first power play goal of the series for either side. And this one makes it 3-2 Hurricanes. Stahl, the captain, who had a goal in Game 1, now has the go-ahead goal in Game 2.
Well, we told you this is the spooky time of the game, and Carolina, 3 straight in the third. A challenge from John Tortorella that goes bad, results in a power play, and then a shot from Gostisbehere. Jordan Stahl right in front of him, in front of Carter Hart. Carter doesn't see this one. I don't know if it changes directions or not. It might get tipped.
Yeah, Gostisbehere shoots it and Stahl tips it back.
Yep, there you go. Vegas needs a goal now.
And so now the Knights trail 3-2. They only trailed early in the second period of game one. They had a tie game at 2-2 and ultimately took leads of 3-2, 4-3, and finally 5-4. So they have not trailed this late in the game since they trailed 3-1 against the Colorado Avalanche in that series. And, of course, rallied back to win. Here comes the offensive zone control for Carolina, trying to protect their one-goal lead. 4 minutes to go in the third. Stall from Gostisbehere and Svechnikov at 15:25 of the third period. Hannafin and Anderson trying to get it out of the corner. It squirts loose to the near side. Anderson after it. Played it up the boards. Dorofeev along to Hannafin. Forward pass for Jack Eichel. Eichel dancing into the zone. 1 against 2. Trying to find a loose puck. He could not. Chatfield and Hall combined. And then Barbashev draws a penalty. Whistle stops play as Barbashev ends up on his belly inside the Carolina line, reaching for his face. Interference call coming up against the Hurricanes. Barbashev getting his wits about him, gets up and reaches for his face. Appears to be okay. Penalty coming to the
Carolina
Canes.
penalty, number 53, 2 minutes interference.
Jackson Blake, the offending party for Carolina. This with 3:29 to go in the third, and the Knights trailing 3-2 after they led 2-0. Howden from Marner, then Howden from Barbashev and Hannafin. Knights led 2-0 going to the third. Here in the third, Stankoven unassisted. Then Jankowski from Carrier and Robinson. Then Jordan Stahl on the power play after the Knights failed coach's challenge. Stahl from Gostisbehere and Svechnikov. At 15:25, they scored 3 goals in just over 5 minutes.
Yeah, Ron Brittenmore grandstanding now, just jumped up on the boards, waved his hands up at the referee. Jackson Blake is slamming his stick against the glass. It's plain as day to me. Blake sticks his hip out and catches Barbashev. It's clearly interference. Barbashev then falls and bangs his head on the ice.
So the Knights, without a power play goal in the series, 0 for 6. This will be their 4th power play today. 11 power play goals in the postseason. They win the draw right side. Theodore closing. He shoots. Just missed wide left. Diving effort by Marner to keep the play in the zone and got it to Theodore. Feeding right, Theodore. Dorofeev back to Shea. Now to the left. Eichel. Theodore had to go through his legs and out of the zone. Let's have to clear out. Tomas Hertl is not on this unit. Theodore dumps it in. Counterclockwise around the rim. Eichel to it with Dorofeev on the left side, and then Marner. His pointward pass gets by Theodore, just out of his reach. Back it goes to Carter Hart. 3 minutes to go in the third. Knights need a goal to tie here in game 2. Power play at 1:25. Marner drops it back. Here comes Jack Eichel. From the right wing side, he dumps it in. It rolls softly around into the left corner. Marner to it. Couple of Knights are in there. Now it squirts loose. Hurricanes control. Carefully towards center goes Aho, using the left side wall. Steers it in. Theodore grabs it for the Knights. Knights power play at 1:02. Left to right come the Knights. 2:30 to go in the third period of game 2. Keep an eye on Carter Hart as well. Eichel gains the line. Steers it left as he backed his way to the circle. Marner back for Eichel. Pokes it to the right corner in Stone. Right circle, Dorothea. Straight on, it's Theodore. Left, and it's Marner to bump it down to the corner and Eichel. 42 on the power play. Eichel left goal line, straddling it. Up top has Theodore. Theodore looking. Eichel again. Pressured along the boards. Flips it down low. Stone to Marner. Marner trying to throw it in front. Intercepted by Robinson. And he clears it all the way down. Hardly any shot attempts. Just a bunch of passing by the Knights around the perimeter. 20 seconds left on the power play. New group is on. Hannafin backward to Brett Howden with 2 goals today. Gains the line. Knocked over as he got to the left circle. Puck to the left point. Hannafin. Right for Anderson. Slap shot. Glove save. 6 seconds left on the penalty, just as goaltender Carter Hart went to the bench. So the Knights will have an ozone draw at 6-on-4. And then Blake will come out of the box if the Knights don't score. And it will be 6-on-5. 1:35 to go in the third period of game 2. The Knights lead the series 1-0. They led the game 2-0. But Carolina roars back in the third to take a 3-2 lead. Looked like perhaps the Knights had taken a 3-2 lead. Puck went into the Carolina goal. Referee on the ice said no goal. As the Hurricanes will use a timeout.
Las Vegas, 30-second timeout.
Partly the Knights used their timeout. It looked like the Knights had taken a 3-2 lead Referee on the ice said there was no goal. He did not explain why. We just assumed he intended to stop play. Explanation apparently to the Golden Knights bench was that there was goaltender interference because the Knights challenged for no goaltender interference. And upon review, the official simply said the call on the ice stands, not stating implicitly or explicitly anything about goaltender interference. So not only did the Knights not get that third goal, they also were shorthanded. First time that they have surrendered power play goal in this series. Carolina 1 for 3. Vegas had killed off 11 consecutive opposing power plays. And now here in the final 6 seconds of their fourth power play today. They're 0 for 6 in the series, and this is the end of their 7th. So again, 6 on 4 for the Knights, needing a goal to tie with 1:35 to go in regulation. 3-2 Carolina. And the Knights will have a right circle faceoff. Freddie Anderson will watch the draw to his left. Carter Hart is on the bench for the extra attacker. Eichel will take the right circle faceoff against captain Jordan Stahl. Stahl wins it to the corner. Chatfield rims it around. Dorothea gets position at the left boards, though. Penalty time released. Blake out of the box. It's now 6 on 5. Marner closing. Works to the slot. He shoots. Knocked out. They score! Mark Stone! 3-3 tie with 1:21 to go in regulation. It's a 6 on 5 game tying goal for the Knights captain Mark Stone. It was a shot from distance that was knocked down in front, and Mark Stone cleans up the garbage in front. And we've got a new game again, 3-3 with 1:21 to go. Mark Stone's 6th of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It was a drive by Marner. It hit Anderson. Stone shoveled it home on his back end.
Now this has got to be the blueprint for the power play moving forward here, Dan. They get the shot. It's so important to get the puck on the net. And Mark Stone, he bats this one out of the air off the shoulder of Anderson. And this crowd it had been bedlam. It had been all Carolina. And Vegas needed somebody to answer back. Marner gets it through. Stone finishes. And the watch party back at T-Mobile in Vegas, they explode.
We'll see about the scoring. It might have gone off a hurricane as well. No matter at the moment. It's a good goal. 1:10 to go. 3-3 tie. Knights work to the ozone near side. Hound into Carlson, but it got away from them. It gets by Lauzon out to center. Theodore at his own blue. Forward pass got tipped. Lauzon gets it in front of his bench. Minute to go in the period, and then Lauzon had the stick knocked from his hands right between the benches.
The stick was broken.
Lauzon looking around like, hey, that's a penalty. Can't do that. Final minute brought to you by Credit One. 1 to go. Here in the third period of game 2, 3-3 tie. So again, it's a shot from Marner, blockered by Anderson off of Stone, and then Stone sweeps at it. It goes off of Anderson and into the goal. So it's Stone from Marner and Hurdle at 18:39. Stone's 6th of the playoffs. Marner's 2nd point today. And a league-leading 24 points for Mitch Marner. Tomas Hurdle records his 7th assist of the playoffs, up to 11 points. Carolina wins the neutral zone draw. They dump it in. 48 seconds to go. Hannafin coming back. Checked by Stahl. Eichel trying to get to the loose puck. Instead, it's Jarvis, right corner. Bodied by Hannafin. Eichel picks it up. Pushes it up the boards. Not out. Ehlers cycles it back to the right point. Chatfield shoots. Save! Deflected in front. Carter stayed with it. Now Marner comes ahead. 1-against-1 with 30 seconds to go in the third. Put it towards Stone. Settles it. He shoots. Kick save. 23 seconds to go in the third. Time at 3. Right point Theodore lost the puck. Marner gets it at center, though, with 18 seconds. Mitch Marner, 2 points today. Marner weaving back to his own blue. 7th multi-point game for Marner this postseason. Knights dump it in with 7 seconds to go. Quick up, here's Taylor Hall. Hall works right to left across the blue. Stood up and loses the puck. Carlson clears the zone. Overtime in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Knights led 2-0. Carolina takes a 3-2 lead. Knights tie at 3-3. Stone from Marner and Hurdle at 18:39 to make this a brand new game. And we will have extra hockey in Raleigh on this Thursday evening, June 4th, 2026. As if the first 6 periods of hockey weren't entertaining enough here in the Stanley Cup Final.
Well, tons of drama here in the third. And I want to give you a little update, Dan. Just got a response from Toronto. The question was, which act is goaltender interference? I want to explain to our listeners the response, Dorofeev, shove of the glove. So we can
Shove
debate
of the
that,
glove.
but that's...
I mean, that's preposterous. He's on his belly.
Yeah,
He's on his belly.
Yeah.
So there's no, I mean, that's preposterous.
ESPN
To me, the reasoning for not being a goal is that it went underneath the goaltender, and the referee can say that the play is over there. That, to me, is logical. To suggest that there was goaltender interference, to me, is making up for whatever the referee said to John Tortorella on the bench. I think that's preposterous, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, that's what they ruled it, and
that's we can only tell you what they tell us.
Yeah. So Vegas led 2-0, and it's so interesting how a game turns on just one little play. Rasmus Andersson goes, he has the puck behind the net, he's got all kinds of time, he's in control, he looks up and he sees, if I rim it, Carolina's probably going to stop it. So then he tries to turn around, and in the act of trying to reverse, Stankoven beats him, takes the puck away from him, and then goes around and gets kind of a lucky bounce off of Jeremy Lauzon and into the net. That got it to 2-1, and then all of a sudden Carolina had momentum. They got a weird play where the puck is flipped up. Carrier has to fight to stay onside. He does, and then the puck.
He plays the puck while it's on the ice with his glove.
Yes, but then it comes out of that little scrum, goes right to Jankowski.
Off of the Golden Knight to Jankowski.
Sure.
Because that's important because
it would have been a hand pass.
It negates the hand pass.
Yeah. Anyways, Jankowski gets that shot. It's 2-2. Vegas storms back. Ivan Barbashev makes a wraparound play. The puck goes underneath Freddie Anderson. The referee does not blow the whistle because it's too fast. In that motion, Dorofeev jabs at the puck. It goes in. The referees call it goaltender interference. They must have called it goaltender interference on the ice.
They didn't announce it that way, but they must
have called it. Otherwise, Tortorella wouldn't have been able to challenge. The only thing he can challenge is goaltender interference or did it go across the line or whatever. In this case, the referees ruled it was goaltender interference. Vegas challenges. They lose the challenge. Carolina gets a power play. Gostisbehere with a shot from the point. I think Stahl. Did they give Stahl the goal to Stahl?
Yes, Stahl tipped it in. Yeah,
Stahl tips it in. 3-2. Vegas then gets a power play. It's fruitless. They pull the goalie, and Mitch Marner makes a great play. Shot on net. Mark Stone gets the rebound, jams it in. We're going to extra time.
Stone from Marner and Hurdle at 18:39 is the game tying goal. 3-3 as we go to overtime. Intermission report with Ryan Wallace when we come back. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It is the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights radio network.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, knock is the word. Call 702.
For Knock-Thee with Knock-Thee Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
When it comes to luxury, no one does it better than Finley Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall. From the exceptional crossover XT4 to the superb CT sedan and Escalade, the highest standards in automotive craftsmanship are found at Finley Cadillac. To place your order, visit our award-winning showroom and choose from our full inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles that are available for immediate delivery. Or visit us online at FinleyCadillac.com to place your reservation. If you're thinking Cadillac, think Finley Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall.
Boomer Sportsbook is the place to bet the Stanley Cup Final with the power play of new promotions. Score bonus bets with Captain Clutch, Shutout Insurance, Misfits Markets, and the popular Vegas First Period bonus is back, but better. Just bet $20 or more on the Vegas money line, and if Vegas scores in the first period of that game, you'll get $10 in bonus bets. And now, if one of the Misfits scores in the game, you'll get $10 more in bonus bets. Download the Boomers app and activate it in 2 minutes at any Boomer sportsbook in Nevada. Must be 21 or older. Terms and conditions available at betwithboomer.com. Please bet responsibly.
Make this your summer to save at Lexus of Henderson. Whether you're heading out on a family road trip or looking to upgrade your daily drive, now is the time to experience luxury for less. Discover exceptional offers on the 3-row Lexus TX and the versatile RX lineup, available at gas, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid models. Plus, take advantage of rates as low as 3.49% APR on select models. Visit Lexus of Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall or online at lexusofhenderson.com. OAC up to 48 months. See store for details.
We're hiring at A1 Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at a1garage.com/careers.
A1garage.com. A1 from day one.
The world's fastest game.
Under the pass and they go! John Tavares!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission report on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Welcome into the intermission report. The Golden Knights, Carolina Hurricanes tied at 3 after regulation. Overtime upcoming for the first time here in the Stanley Cup Final. Take a look at the highlights in the third period, and it was an onslaught from Carolina as they scored 3 straight to take a 3-2 lead.
Knights win a D-zone draw. Anderson and Lausanne, the defense. Stankoven a steal. He scores! A wraparound backhander for Stankoven. And it's a 1-goal game with 9:40 to go in the third period. Carrier trying to glove it, but it comes to Ehlers. He shoots, he scores! Tie game 2-2. It was Jankowski to rip it just over the crossbar. And the Hurricanes have erased the Knights' 2-goal lead. Here's Gostisbehere straight up. Cross to the right. Down, reaching in. Saucer pass got to Gostisbehere. He shoots and scores! Gostisbehere, power play goal. And Carolina takes a 3-2 lead with 4:35 to go in the third.
Logan Stankoven's 10th of the postseason got the Hurricanes on the board at 10:20 of the third period, made it 2-1 Vegas. Then Mark Jankowski, a couple of minutes later from William Carrier and Eric Robinson, tied the game. And then it was Jordan Stahl with a tip on the power play from Shane Gostisbehere and Andrei Svechnikov at 15:25 of the third period. That made it 3-2 Carolina. But with just over a minute left, the Golden Knights tied the game as Mark Stone got one on the deflection.
Marner closing, works to the slot. He shoots, knocked down, they score! Mark Stone! 3-3 tie with 1:21 to go in regulation.
Mark Stone, 6th of the postseason for Mitch Marner and Tomas Hertl at 18:39 of the third period, tied the game at 3, and that's where we stand after regulation. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, you're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Make this your summer to save at Lexus of Henderson. Whether you're heading out on a family road trip or looking to upgrade your daily drive, now is the time to experience luxury for less. Discover exceptional offers on the 3-row Lexus TX and the versatile RX lineup, available at gas, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid models. Plus, take advantage of rates as low as 3.49% APR on select models. Visit Lexus of Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall or online at lexusofhenderson.com. OAC up to 48 months. See store for details.
Boomer Sportsbook is the place to bet the Stanley Cup Final with the power play of new promotions. Score bonus bets with Captain Clutch, Shutout Insurance, Misfits Markets, and the popular Vegas First Period bonus is back, but better. Just bet $20 or more on the Vegas money line, and if Vegas scores in the first period of that game, you'll get $10 in bonus bets. And now, if one of the Misfits scores in the game, you'll get $10 more in bonus bets. Download the Boomers app and activate it in 2 minutes at any Boomer Sportsbook in Nevada. Must be 21 or older. Terms and conditions available at betwithboomer.com. Please bet responsibly.
When it comes to luxury, no one does it better than Findlay Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall. From the exceptional crossover XT4 to the superb CT sedan and Escalade, the highest standards in automotive craftsmanship are found at Findlay Cadillac. To place your order, visit our award-winning showroom and choose from our full inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles that are available for immediate delivery. Or visit us online at FindlayCadillac.com to place your reservation. If you're thinking Cadillac, think Findlay Cadillac in the Valley Auto Mall.
Back to Ryan Wallace for his Stanley Cup Final intermission report.
Welcome back to the intermission report. The Golden Knights, Carolina Hurricanes, all tied up at 3 after regulation. First time in the Stanley Cup Final. We are headed to overtime. It's very simple. We've talked about it at various stages here for the Vegas Golden Knights when they have gone beyond regulation. It's not typically a pretty play that wins it in overtime. Like, if it's a pretty play, that's great. That's fantastic. Sure, why not? But the reality of the situation is when you are in overtime, every single mistake, every single play is amplified, and it matters just a little bit more. So for the Golden Knights, it's very simple. You get inside the offensive zone, you have an opportunity to put the puck on net with traffic, you take it. And that's really what it has to boil down to for the Golden Knights. Played an excellent game, and then Carolina had their push, and they were able to find a good momentum swing. Now for the Golden Knights, they've got to go out there and find a way to win this game, make one more play in overtime. Overtime is coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
At Access, we believe that music and sports are best enjoyed live and in person. That's why we're passionate about providing fans with tickets to the hottest sporting events and concerts around the world, including right here in Vegas. The Access ticketing app is safe, simple, and secure, and you can find it in the App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Android. Or visit us at access.com to find tickets to your next unforgettable live experience. That's AXS.com. Access, your ticket to Las Vegas.
Everyone's so friendly here at Centennial Subaru. Can't walk 10 steps without a belly rub. They feed me snacks, and they even feed humans. Only thing bad I can say is they really like those guys on 2 wheels. This is why we bring our humans here. Go north, US 95 and Ann Road. Centennial Subaru, a short drive from everywhere.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
When you need cash, how quickly can LendingStore.com connect you to a lender faster than this commercial? Whether you need cash for a medical bill, groceries, or rent, LendingStore.com's network of lenders makes it quick and easy. In less time than this ad, you can fill out a few fields at LendingStore.com and find out if a lender can get you $500 to $5,000 as early as tomorrow. So visit LendingStore.com today for details. See website for details. LendingStore is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
For Han-Nakvi with Nakvi Injury Law, imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. You want an attorney who does everything in his power to translate knowledge and experience into big bucks in your pocket. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
If you've been hurt, not be the word, call 702-INJURED.
Back to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Golden Knights take on the Hurricanes.
I'm Rickside at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, headed to overtime in Game 2. Knights lead the series 1-0. Knights led this game 2-0. Hurricanes rally to take a 3-2 lead, and controversially, looked like the Knights had taken a 3-2 lead, but the officials said no goal. Knights challenged, and the officials determined that there was no goal, and the call on the ice stood. More on that situation in a moment. But because the Knights' challenge failed, Carolina got a power play and scored the first power play goal of the series for either team. A stall tip-in on a Gostisbehere shot. Carolina got its first lead since they led back in the early stages of Game 1. Knights tied it, though, at 6-on-5. Stone from Marner and Hurdle. And it is 3-3 going to overtime in this postseason. The Knights went going to extra time, 3-0. Hurricanes, 5-0, including each of their previous game twos. They won game two in each of the first three rounds by scores of 3-2 in overtime. Obviously, will not happen today. It'll be 4-3, but the winner, we just don't know yet.
Then they played the real kind of overtime here, Danny. This is the best stuff of all. Sudden death. Overtime in game two of the Stanley Cup final.
We are well aware of the controversy on the Knights' non-third goal that led to the penalty for a failed challenge. There will be time enough to discuss that. For the moment, we'll focus on the hockey in front of us because no matter what we discuss, it's not going to change what happened in the third period. There will be plenty of time to discuss on future broadcasts, and I'm sure social media arguments happening right now all over North America. As we get ready for the third, Knights in white, Hurricanes in black with white and red trim. Carter Hart in goal to our right, Freddie Anderson in goal to our left. Underway in overtime, Hurricanes get the draw and dump it in. Stankoven in pursuit. Anderson back ties him up. Stankoven trying to steer it out to the near boards and does, but right into a body of players. Now at the right point, Hall shoots, knocked down in the right circle, picked up on the near boards. It's rimmed around by Blake, far side, now the rim reversed. Hannafin swats it up the boards, got it to Brett Howden. Howden, a stretch pass, Marner just missed it. Marner ahead of the play, there's no icing. Marner with 2 assists today, 24 points, leads all players in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Howden 2 goals today, 13 of them overall, most in the playoffs. Carolina comes in, and the shot comes on from Hall. Hart the save, Knights keep it in play and get it in. Brett Howden steers it on down. Carolina, the quick recovery. Eichel gloved it down at his own blue. Hurricanes want a hand pass, no call. Stone shoves it right. Dorothea gloves it down and shoots. Snared by goaltender Freddie Anderson, and he holds on for the whistle.
So Mark Stone is out there right now with Eichel and Dorothea. Ivan Barbashev, you'll recall, Ivan just comes out onto the ice now. So he did not report for the start of the third. You'll recall on that interference penalty, he banged his head on the ice. So now Ivan is okay. Whether he was in protocol for a little while, not too sure. And we can also tell you all we know is that Braden McNabb went to the hospital. There has been no reporter update since that happened.
We got a shot to the face from Nikolai Ehlers in the first period. The Knights have played basically 50 minutes of hockey without 6 defensemen. It's not the first time they've contended with that shorthandedness here in the playoffs. Carolina retrieves the dump in, comes on goal. Look out. It came off the sidewall right to the goaltender Carter Hart. He had his teammate Noah Hannafin and opposing player Seth Jarvis bearing down on him. Carter turtles, but he couldn't turtle too quickly. He had to make sure he had the puck first. But Knights have come in to support their goaltender and make sure he's good to go, as the Hurricanes will get an offensive zone draw. Just underway here in overtime. Just over a minute gone by. Knights are out shooting the Hurricanes now 26-25. It was 25-23 Vegas through 60 minutes of regulation. Despite the Knights getting outshot in the first period, actually they changed it, made it 8-2. Carolina wins the draw. Left point attempt goes wide and into the corner. Hannafin going after it, joined by Eichel. Martinook jousting with both of them. Bouncing around. There the referee skates. Garrett Wright trying to get out of the way. Hurricanes get it out to the point. Now to the left for a shot. Fought off. Carter Hart getting out to his right. There's another left point shot that sails wide of the goal. Taken off the near boards by Aho. Banks it behind. Svechnikov to it. Left corner. Hip check from Coghlan. Svechnikov goes down. Eichel on the puck. Came off Dorofeev's stick hard. He waffles back into the corner. Coghlan couldn't get it for the Knights. It's around to the near side. Reach in by Barbashev. He tipped it out to center, but lost control of the puck. Trying to get it back. 3 players reaching for it at center. Bouncing around near the center ice logo. Goes into the offensive end for Aho. Breaks. Checked by Coghlan. Aho rims it around at the end of the shift. Remember, longer changes in overtime, like in the second period of regulation. Carolina keeps it in the offensive zone from the left wing corner. Centering try was knocked down. We got a whistle. Puck deflects out of play. All right, talk about the longer change in the second period of regulation and here in overtime. But what that means is the attacking team can make changes more quickly when holding the puck in the offensive zone, and that's what they did right there. Aho's line going off. Aho, Svechnikov, and Jarvis during the regular season combined for 90 goals. In the playoffs, they've combined for 10. From the draw, center iceman get the puck to the corners. William Carrier went down. He lost his stick. Jeremy Lauzon trying to get the puck out of the corner for the Knights. Lauzon and Sissons are there. Goes into the trapezoid for Theodore. Theodore whips it towards center. Backing his way towards center ice. Stone back and forth with Lauzon. Stone calling for it. Steers it on down to the right corner. Taps it to the left corner. It deflects and bounces out to center. Ehlers starts the forward progress for Gostisbehere. Left, and on the far side, Jankowski yanks it into the trapezoid. Knights trying to get it there. Got away from Theodore, but he did play it up the boards. Collision at the blue line. Hurdle knocked into the railing. Penalty coming up against the Knights. Like Stahl went down underneath us. Tripping call coming up.
Vegas penalty number 48, 2 minutes tripping.
It's Tomas Hurdle, and the Knights will be shorthanded here in overtime. Again, Carolina with a power play goal here today. The first power play goal of this series and their 8th overall in the playoffs. This is their 15th game.
Carolina was better for most of the third period, and as the overtime starts, they're putting some pressure on Vegas right off the bat. Carolina scored the first power play goal of the series to make it 3-2 late in the third, and now they're back to the man advantage, feeling good about themselves.
And both of these teams comfortable at overtime. Neither side has lost. Vegas 3-0, Carolina 5-0. Somebody's going to get a loss here in this overtime. Carolina in the power play. They win the draw. Aho shanks the one-timer. Rebound comes near the goal, blocked. Still a loose puck. Another shot missed. Svechnikov put it over the goal. Sisson swings it through the neutral zone and all the way down. Of course, the Knights have scored 4 shorthanded goals here in the postseason. Carolina has not allowed any. Hurricanes left to right to the offensive end. Eichel challenges on the entry, but the feed comes across to the right wing. Aho is there. Back and forth passing on the near side right wing for the Carolina power play. It's at 1:25. Gostisbehere feeds left. One-timer score! Jarvis from the left wing circle. It's an overtime winner for the Hurricanes top line right winger. 4 minutes into the extra period. It's an overtime power play goal for the Hurricanes. Down 2-0 in the third. They come back to take a 3-2 lead. Forced to play overtime. They win it 4-3. And have evened up the Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup Final. 1 win apiece. Seth Jarvis, one-timer from the left wing circle, beating goaltender Carter Hart on his blocker side. Jarvis gets his first game-winning goal of the postseason. It's his 4th overall of the playoffs after 32 in the regular season, the most on the Hurricanes. That's his biggest goal of the year.
Well, the big story here in the postgame will be what John Tortorella has to say about what the referees told him on the goaltender interference call in the third period. The other big storyline here for the Golden Knights is Carolina owned them for the last 25 minutes of this game. Vegas was good for the first 40, and then the Hurricanes charged back in the third. Vegas had to get a desperation goal to force overtime. We got a series, Danny. 1-1, heading back to Nevada, and this series will come back to Carolina at least for a game 5.
Well, the chances in the goal seem out of whack because the Knights led this game 1-0 after 1, despite getting outshot 8-2. And after 2 periods, they led 2-0, despite getting outshot 15-11. Gary, the Knights had more shots in the third period than the first 2 periods combined. Had 14 shots to Carolina's 8, nearly doubling them up in the third period. But Carolina scored 3 times, and the Knights only scored